Hey there guys, it's Metro. Are we back? Yes, it does indeed appear that we are. We are back. Playing World of Warcraft. Man, I sat down and I opened my emails and replied to something and it was like, oh, a keyboard. It's the first time I use a keyboard in like, man, it feels so weird just to have my hands on a keyboard. Hands a keyboard and a mouse again. It feels so weird. But yeah. So we're back, and we're back from BlizzCon. What's up, James? Welcome back. Huh? Glad to be back, honestly. It was nice. California was nice, but I'm definitely glad to be back. Hey, what's up, buddy? Metro, I missed you. I missed you guys too, for real, for real. I really did. But yeah, we're back. Classic demos. When does it actually go away? All right, well, we can't. Ninja Dude. What's up, buddy? Thanks for the sub. Anyway. Hey, dude. I was hoping you get on. I'm hoping to get some advice about blood tanking. Sweet. Well, I do actually have an announcement to make about the future of the channel a bit. I'm going to start opening up one-on-one consultation or coaching or whatever you might call it for anybody looking to improve their play in World of Warcraft, especially playing a Blood DK, but you know, I might be able to help you with other things too. We're going to offer that to the $10 Patreon tier. Now there's a write-up there if you're interested in reading that, but otherwise I'm still happy to give obviously general tips on the stream and on the channel, and still going to do my best to do that. But yeah, for those of you who are looking to take your play to the next level, then hopefully that'll work out for you, but we'll talk about that more tomorrow when we're back on live. But hey, Nick McGuire, Tyler. Okay, this is way too loud. Anyway, I tanked a 9 at Talazar. The DPS screwed me. I finally broke 370. Nice, man. I gotta turn this down. Hold on. I gotta turn it down in game, I think, because it's not the same. We have like something way lower, right? Yeah, we want music and ambience high and sound like negative, right? I think it looks like that on live, so we'll do it like that. Anyway, what up? Let's see. How'd you find Classic so far? I'm literally just logging on for the first time, so we'll tell you more later. All you got to do is kill now 6 million boars. Yep. Yeah. So the main thing we're testing out today here is Classic's grinding situation. I watched a couple people stream it over the weekend while I was at BlizzCon, and it does look like you get significantly less experience from grinding. I think I talked about this in the video I made yesterday, but. Yeah, so we'll be going on there. So sick of seeing all the Diablo crying videos. Yeah, it's getting a bit lame. Hey, Seismical, what's up? How's it going? Evan, welcome back to you as well, since you also have not been here. Since I've not been here, nobody's been here. But yeah. So yeah, we're just gonna test the grinding. Currently, we have rested, so it's a little bit difficult. But what I'm pretty sure you're supposed to be getting at level 15 from a yellow mob is 100 experience. So. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, I'll keep that in mind. I feel like I'm taking a lot of damage, especially in the first 3 globals on trash pulls. I'm 372. I try to have Marrowend be my first global. Gotcha. Yeah, you definitely want to get Marrowend up as soon as possible. But yeah, I mean, if you guys are interested in, you know, taking it to the next level, $10 Patreon tier, I'll offer, you know, a good session a week, whatever that entails. I've been thinking like maybe. There's a couple ways it can be done. Like, you send me a video of you playing your tank, and then I'll, you know, critique it and send it back to you, or we can get in Discord and we can go over things live, or we could not die to the first mob that we're fighting. There's a lot of different ways, you know, whatever you guys think works for you. And then once we find a format that works better, then we'll get a little bit more serious with how we're going to do it overall. But so I've seen some of the top skill level and Mythic offering kind of tutor services. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so yeah, a lot of people are charging like 20, 25, or like even closer to 50. So we're gonna do 10. I think 10's pretty fair. I'm obviously not the best Blood DK in the world, but I do think I'm a pretty good learner and maybe even teacher at times. So I think I should be able to help anybody who's looking for help. So hopefully that'll be the case. We'll see how it goes, but. Hey, Raging Fart, what's up, buddy? Glad to see you got back safe. Yeah, me too. It was in question there for a little bit. the third flight overall, the first flight yesterday was really really scary. We had some bad weather. I don't know. I was scared, but nobody else was. So anyway, what do you think add-ons would be like for Classic? Yeah, so far it doesn't look like add-ons work. I did try to manipulate add-ons a bit here this morning, but it doesn't seem like you can use them. So if that's the case, then I don't really know. But yeah, I guess eventually there will be fully working add-ons for the beta. And it does look like, you know, any of the 7.3.5 stuff will work here. So like weak auras and shit like that. And that's going to really change the game. So I don't know. That's a topic for another day for sure, because that's going to depend a lot on how if they have a philosophy for it. So I touched down an hour ago. Oh yeah, you were there as well. It was terrible. Does Blizzard have the capacity to disable all add-ons? Or the capability? Yeah, they definitely could disable all add-ons if they wanted to, but they're not going to do that. I don't know what they're gonna do, but you know, I think they talked a little bit about it at BlizzCon. I can't remember. It was such a blur. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens there. I have a feeling it's going to change the way people play Classic, though, for sure. Can you discuss any more details about the idea about the new site for better? Yeah, unfortunately, it's just not gonna end up happening. The guy who was gonna do it for us just kind of disappeared. I don't know. Pulled his support from Patreon. Won't answer my messages, etc. So. Guess that's over. I don't know. Unless we can find somebody else who's like a high-level Blizzard API and website developer that wants to work for effectively nothing right now until it starts earning money, then not capable of making it happen currently, unfortunately. I feel like this is still the better option, low level. At least it was on private servers. This like deal less damage with each attack. I don't think this ever worked on private servers, honestly. It's hard to really tell. Anyway, hey Byuk, what's up, buddy? Classic WoW had add-ons though. Why would they disable them all? Yeah, I agree. Disabling them all obviously is not the right idea either. But the only thing I'm massively concerned with is things like weak auras. Weak auras is such a powerful add-on that if I don't know. We'll see what happens. Oh, I do need to get skinning. Although I don't really need skinning. It's not going to help me level. It would be nice to have it, but realistically, I don't need money for any reason. Oh, I don't have the bags opening properly either. We need to do that. Oh, what was your favorite private server? The one I spent the most time on was Nostalrius, obviously. I had 560s on Nostalrius. I wish I knew the stuff needed, because I cannot stand getting someone who is 700 score but doesn't know the dungeon. Yeah, I mean, I have a really, what I believe to be a very, very good idea for improving the Mythic Plus pugging landscape. So if you guys know anybody who's, you know, passionate about WoW and knows a lot about website development, let me know. But the plan was to have something showable at BlizzCon, or for when we were out in California. I had plenty of let's just say this. I had plenty of opportunity to show very I could hear that song all day, every day, and I'm so glad to hear it again today. Thank you so much. $10 Patreon. What's up, man? Interested in the coaching service? Is that what, Sebastian, is that what drew you to it? If so, let me know. I'd be happy to get started. That would be awesome. First customer, yeah, right? That's awesome. I didn't expect to bring any interest to it. It's 9 minutes into my first stream in a week, but that's awesome. What were we talking about? Yeah, anyway, so I hope to, I had some chances to talk to some very influential people, let's put it that way. And we talked about Mythic Plus, you know what I mean? So, it would have been so awesome to be like, hey, by the way, check out this crazy website that we're developing, and to hear what they had to say on it. You know, it's kind of a shame, but oh well. Anyway, why would weak auras be a problem for Classic? You don't have to use it. Well, that's not the thing. You don't have to drive a car either in the real world, do you? But people are gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like it's not about whether or not people have to or want to use things. It's just, it's going to make an already very easy product even easier, and that's not necessarily good. I just rolled Blood DK last Monday. I've managed an 11 so far, but it was slow and rough. Sweet, Sebastian. Well, If you need any help with that, let me know. I'd be happy to help. You can talk about how as well. DPS makes or breaks the key. Yeah. That's good. I'm glad that you guys are passionate. Oh, rip. it's gonna be hard to care about my health pool again. Anyway, yeah, I'm glad that you guys are also interested in Mythic Plus, and I hope that I can help you guys with it. We're almost 16 now. Are they squishing the affixes with 8.1, or will it be all 4 at plus 10? Did they say anything about using the eye level of gear? No, they're not changing any affixes or anything like that. Not to my knowledge, anyway. I like that. The one thing I really like about this is that a lot of like the modern UI stuff is in the classic client. I know a lot of people probably don't like that, but I like it. It just feels so much better, honestly. Have you tried Light's Hope? Yeah, I've played on there for a while. I'm gonna die to this, by the way. Let's get this kill. Wow, that didn't. Alright, it died somehow. I don't know how I auto attacked it from there, but whatever. We can bop as well. No, it's CD, of course. Rip. Anyway, okay, let's see. Just started leveling Druid on it, and it's amazing how hard it is compared to live. What, leveling? Yeah, leveling is obviously a lot harder. It's not really harder. It's just you have to actually pay attention, as you see. But yeah, I mean, the thing that sucks about Classic is that the end game is compared to live. There's not really going to be much end game progression to make, and this is why we're talking about add-ons, because like add-ons are going to make already easy progression even easier when you have access to some of the tools that add-ons might deliver. So hey Trip, what's up, buddy? Welcome home. I'm happy to be home, to be honest. Extremely happy to be home. You have helped a lot already. I'm gonna hit you up if I need something specific. All right, guys. Sounds good to me. I'm glad to have been useful for you guys. Now this is something that I've already seen happen. This mob is actually okay. If this guy could just stop running, I guess not. Anyway, I'm pretty sure I've seen that the shared tag system is still in the game currently. I'm kind of surprised that people haven't been bringing that up, but I'm pretty sure I fought a mob and another person had already tagged it and I still got experience from it, but I don't know about that. Got me a new desk and computer chair. Much better than the couch. Mobs are under the ground, as is proper in Classic. I can finally start working and getting my stream set back out. Oh, sweet, man. Cool. Good luck. Good luck with that. We got to put Devo Ore back on. So, yeah. One thing that I do wish WeakCores was working for was right now, because it's hard to judge. It's hard to, like, notice pally buffs and stuff without some kind of add-on. Even when on, oh, yeah. Oh, that's cool. See, I like this kind of stuff. I think like Classic is just better. This is just like these like visual upgrades, like when you walk through grass it moves. That kind of stuff like really makes the game look good. I don't know, I'm really happy with what we have here so far today. I love the modern client, you know, but so what's everybody up to? What do you guys think of BlizzCon? I'm sure a lot of people had a lot of opinions. Oh, right, I never actually spent talent points at all, did I? No, I did not. So typically I would level as prot, but it wouldn't really matter until you can get down into here-ish. And that's not even possible on this shit. So I guess we'll just do this. Yeah, just go all strength, I guess. Now we definitely want to be using Seal the Crusader. Anyway, it was a pretty good time. Someone abandoned us in the Mythic Plus queue at Blizzcon. Yeah, how did that go for you guys? Honestly, I was just kind of spent. Like the last by Saturday, I was just honestly I was beat. So I didn't have much interest in that. But you've been liking Classic so far. What's up? Yeah, I don't know. It's fun. I knew I would like it. It's not something that I didn't expect to like. So I played a lot of Classic. I don't know if you guys are. Oh, hey, what's up, Tokes? What's up? Oh shit, welcome back. Glad to be back. Honestly, it was a long trip back. Not nearly as long as Siler's though. Siler had, wow, we're gonna die again. 20+ hours of all right. Can't attack with Bop. Anyway, so I had like 20 plus hours of flight and all that, so. But I only had about 8 to 9. I think best announcement was the easily linked subscriptions. Old school RuneScape did it that way, and it's proven successful. Vanilla and retail scratch different itches. What do you mean by that? Easily linked subscriptions. I'm not sure. It was Waycrest 5, and pre-made tunes were 357 after Azurite. Yeah, but so you did like you have to like I guess you couldn't use your own account obviously, so you had to like do keybinds and shit. That was the thing that I'd like when I was thinking about doing it. I was like, I just don't know if I have the effort for this right now. Like sitting down and having to completely re-keybind and rebind all the keys. It's like I just don't know if I could bring myself to do it now. I was so tired. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty tough. I bet. How was BlizzCon? Tokes, what's up, man? Yeah, it was actually holy shit, are those seals? Yeah, this is classic, dude. Yeah, BlizzCon was pretty crazy, to be honest, Tokes. The time I spent in California was really nice. Let's put it that way. BlizzCon itself, you know, it was interesting. It was a little different than I expected, and there was things that disappointed me at times with it, but still, I had a lot of fun for sure. It was definitely a once in a lifetime kind of thing, and I hope to be able to go again in the future. But yeah, I missed out on a lot of stuff, unfortunately. The lines were really prohibitive. It was absolutely freezing in there, by the way, as well. You guys think California is like, you know, it's hot and everything, but they have like the AC on blast. Like I'm talking about like 40 degrees in the convention center. So that was tough, but other than that, it was awesome. What were the ups and downs in BlizzCon? So the big thing that I loved about BlizzCon was just being around like really passionate people. I got to meet and talk to a lot of people who I really enjoyed talking with, honestly. Like, it was really fun, you know, talking about the video game. I don't know, like, I talk about the video game all day, every day when I'm streaming and playing and on the forums and everything, but it's like, there's something like kind of like really engaging about me and another person face to face being like, I love this game, you know, kind of thing. It was like it was really great. That was definitely the best thing about going to the West Coast for that. That was really something special, you know. But the things that I was really disappointed with was just how prohibitive the lines were. It was really bad, like to the point where you basically couldn't do what you wanted to do unless you stood in line for about 30 to 40 minutes, maybe more. So what do you think about the Diablo news? I don't really play Diablo. I knew this would obviously be a question that people would want. Oh, I don't really play Diablo, but I do think that a mobile game is not really something they should have announced at BlizzCon. If they had a mobile game in the works, they probably should have waited until maybe another convention to announce it. I don't know when it's coming out. Did they say when it's coming out? But to be honest, I did look at it, and I talked to a lot of people who did play it, and they actually liked it. They quite liked it. So I don't really play Diablo, but maybe I'll play it on mobile, depending on if it's like a cancerous... Oh, this is like the JB thing. Did you guys watch the MDI? I can't believe they won that, Seth Rallis. They like invised a bunch of shit, and then he just stood there in the patrol of a mob and rezzed, and they almost wiped because of it. Well, they did wipe. It's Mr. Piggy Guy. I changed my name. The Epic Waffles. What's up, buddy? Glad to see you again. It has 15k likes and 500k dislikes. Yeah, I'm aware. I'm keenly aware. Let's put it that way. So I'm getting 131 experience from these level 17s. This seems a lot more than... This seems exactly right, actually. So maybe I was looking at it wrong. I still need to get this bag situation set up. Let me try to do this. Oh yeah, I saw that. JB goof big time. Yeah, that was pretty nuts. Me and Sai were watching it. It was like, holy shit, I can't believe he just did that. But then like he just fed, like he just kept dying over and over again. It was kind of funny. But yeah, they got away from it, obviously, no problems. They ended up winning too, which was crazy, winning that game. What about Warcraft 3? Yeah, Warcraft 3, by the way, guys, if you don't know me, Warcraft 3 is where I started with this franchise, basically. So I will definitely be playing Warcraft 3. But again, it depends when it comes out. And I don't know, I'm not going to be playing the PvP part much. So I don't know yet. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing. But what's up, man? How was BlizzCon? Green tea? BlizzCon was outstanding. Very fun time on the West Coast. Got to meet a lot of very interesting and unique individuals. I got to meet Siler, good friend of mine, long time compatriot in game. We got to meet for the first time ever as well. That was outstanding. So, yeah, it was great. It was really great. Some of these vanilla heads go crazy over the slightest non-gameplay intrusive change. Yeah, basically, if you're concerned with non-gameplay changes in vanilla, and you're not able to at least see, see things objectively, then I don't really identify with that. Like, I can't really have much interest in it, unfortunately. It's a shame because I do, I try to hear both sides whenever I can on topics, but if you're sitting here talking about things that really aren't going to affect Classic at all, it's going to affect more the back end or more the way the game is produced instead of played. Have fun. That's all I could say. Did you meet Asmongold? I did see him, but no, I didn't speak. I saw a lot of YouTubers, but I didn't speak to any of them. I apparently, Taliesin and Eviltal, or however you say those people's names, they met another one of our friends out there, and they were, like, apparently asking about me because I guess they did that shout out on the channel a while ago, and I guess they know me now or something. I'm not really sure what happened because I wasn't there, but he was like, yeah, they said they want to meet you if you're around. And we were like, I was drunk as fuck at this point. I'm like, I don't know, I'm not feeling it, honestly. So I just never went over there. But so I don't know about this here. This is definitely an upgrade, right? Getting a lot of greens here though, out of the gate. Gotten a lot of gear actually. I think this cloth piece is probably better actually. Has Stam and Agi, even though it's got less armor. We don't really need armor. Anyway, what do you think about the Classic guys who think that it will literally be bigger than retail even after launch? Those people are frankly delusional. Like, there's no way it's going to be bigger than retail. I mean, the retail is going to get new content, and this is not, right? So, and maybe it'll rival it, but, I mean, I could already tell that a lot of people are just not going to enjoy it. Like, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anyway, good to hear. That's hilarious. Yeah, I love their channel as well, yeah. Yeah, they're good people for sure. There's a lot of people covering WoW that I'm not big fans of. Let's put it that way, but they're doing it right. That's for sure. But yeah, hopefully next year we'll have a little bit more drive to meet people and talk to other YouTubers. It will be big in the beginning, but not bigger than. Yeah, I mean it doesn't really matter. Like the games are. Basically, if the people who are the thing that bothers me is the people who complain about the live game being bad and then say Classic will be better. That's just stupid. That doesn't make any sense to me at all because it's just nonsensical, honestly. Like, the things that people dislike about live are way worse than Classic. In fact, I would go as far to say that the reason people dislike live is because they try to make the game more like Classic. So anyway, I don't think it's going to be bigger than... Yeah, I mean, it doesn't even matter. It's just a pointless conversation to even have. Asmongold read one of your posts on the forums. Oh, I was talking about Taliesin and Eviltal. I don't know why. I guess that this is something they do, but they did like a shout out to my channel on one of their videos. And I guess after that they remembered that or know me or something. I don't know, but... Anyway, I like the slower pace of Classic. Yeah, I mean, I quite like Classic a lot, guys. Like, I don't know. I really like Classic. It's a lot of fun, and I really like 5-mans in Legion, too. Yeah, and BFA, too. So it's like, I'm going to be doing both, always. No matter what happens, I will be doing both. So, Sharding isn't going to be in live. What, was there another blue post? I haven't gotten to read posts recently because I was traveling so much yesterday. Sharding is like literally pointless. Like, doesn't matter to me at all. Or not pointless, but it's just not something I'm worried about at all. How do you log into the Classic server? Well, you have to have purchased the visual or the virtual ticket with the visual ticket. You have to have purchased the virtual ticket, and then as long as you've linked it to your account, you should have a drop-down menu. It should be pretty obvious. I like the RNG elements of Classic and that multiple raid tiers are relevant, or the RPG elements, and that multiple raid tiers are relevant for gearing. Yeah, I feel like a lot of that is not necessarily true, but it is definitely... the RPG stuff, definitely. I could definitely agree with that no matter what. Like, I'm excited for Classic. Let's put it that way. I've played a lot of Classic in the last few years, and I know I'll enjoy it. So, hey, Metro, how's it going? Azurite, what's up, buddy? I don't know why, but I like to play with low graphics settings in WoW. Gotcha. Yeah, I do not. Sharding sets precedence that makes Blizzard feel uncomfortable or comfortable changing other shit. It's fine by me. Change all you want. Actually, yeah, so that mob was level 14. So I always thought experience was based on whether the mob was yellow, green, or red. But this mob was 14 and is giving us less experience than the mobs that were 16. So that's interesting. Anyway, I haven't played BFA that much. Find it more entertaining watching you stream and instead playing it myself. Not a huge fan of the gameplay in general. Gotcha. Well, honestly, the gameplay is very similar to Legion. A lot of people say otherwise, but in my experience, it's no different at all. I'm not really sure why so many people think it is. Hey, Stitch. What's up, buddy? How's it going? What did you roll during Real Classic? I played a Prot Warrior, but I was 16, so I barely knew what I was doing, you know? So yeah, I guess maybe I was just wrong about how experience is gained. But it does seem like as long as you're fighting mobs that are your level or higher, you're getting the experience that I'm expecting to be gaining, over 100 per. And then let's fight a green here. We'll see what this gives dramatically less. But this is a 13, and it is green. What else? Did I miss any other comments? That only gave 83, so that's a big difference. So, you know, killing mobs that give like 20 less experience is a big deal, right? The thing that I will also say is a big deal is having this gear. Typically, by this point, I would be completely naked still. I would not have any gear on. But I also wouldn't. I don't know. I'm still so. I just don't know what I'm gonna play in Classic. I really don't. I'd really like Paladin is like when I had made a druid on this server and I was like, all right, let's go do druid. And then I like made, you know, I'll make a paladin too. And then as soon as I log on and see blessings and all the, you know, all this stuff, it's like, all right, we're gonna play paladin. Like it's just, I just fucking love paladin in Classic, but it's so bad. I don't know. We'll see. Hey Mads, what's up, buddy? Diablo, yeah, rip. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Unfortunate situation for Diablo there. You know, all these greens and shit though. I don't know about this. I don't know what I'm going to play as well. Yeah, it's definitely going to be Druid or Paladin. I haven't decided yet, but I mean, I'd like to play everything, honestly. I'd like to get to a point where I have all the, you know, I have 560s again on like I did on Nost. One of each healer and tank. That's my goal. Talk about BlizzCon. Yeah, we could talk about it. What do you guys want to hear about? We've been talking about it a bit now, but yeah, I'm happy to talk. I'll answer any questions you guys want to have about, you know, what you're thinking about BlizzCon. I'm happy to talk about. Do you think that buff should come back in retail? I think they should come back, but I don't like how only 5 classes. Yeah, I would like to see the buff. Oh, there's MF Pally times. I actually am. Anyway, I would definitely like to see more buffs. Oh, that dynamic respawn though. Anyway, I would like to see more buffs in live as well. Yes. Did you meet S-Fan? Since you're a Rattle, I did actually see S-Fan. We didn't make eye contact though, so he was like. I walked by him twice, but every time he was either like I don't know, he was looking at something else, so I didn't make eye contact with him basically. What announcement about WoW did they make? Oh, you didn't hear about it? Oh my god, you should check it out, man. There's some insane new stuff coming for WoW. I couldn't summarize it easily, honestly. But basically they talked about the next 3 patches after 1.8 or 1.8, 8.1. Got Classic on the mind there. But yeah, they talked about all basically the next year of World of Warcraft, and I'll have to tell you, some of it is looking outstanding. Especially that new dungeon idea. Oh my god, I cannot wait for that dungeon. That is going to be so good. Also, Scarab Lord Metro. No, I definitely won't have time for that. But, you know, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Who knows what the future holds. What was the atmosphere there? It looked super fun. The atmosphere was something that did kind of turn me off a bit. It was like, I don't know, people... Yeah, it wasn't as like jovial as I expected. Like people were very focused on what, like I said with S-Fan, like I walked by him twice and he was just clearly trying to get somewhere, not just hang out, you know. I had a lot more fun at the Wowhead party, to be honest, because everybody was just there to hang out. Okay, there's evidence against the shared tag thing, so that does not appear to be the case. Good. Glad to see that. BlizzCon overall was mediocre. I felt a bit bad for you. But for WoW, I'm really excited. Pretty much all the Warcraft, you know, Warcraft 3, World of Warcraft Live, and World of Warcraft Classic. I was absolutely really happy with all the stuff they talked about. So, hey, Diablo, what's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? Glad to be back. Glad to see you again as well. Yeah, I miss long dungeons. Yeah, me too. The dungeon idea that they have, the Mechagon thing, is gonna be so nice. What panels did you go to? We went to just all the WoW stuff. I didn't really go anywhere else, unfortunately. There was things I wanted to see. Oh, I'm used to taking a lot more damage. Anyway, there was things I wanted to see, but I didn't get to just because of how crowded everything was and how long the lines were. I'd like to see 4 more dungeons in the pool. I ran the current batch so much my eyes bleed. Gotcha. Well, there'll definitely be more dungeons coming, I'd imagine, after that one. But I assume what they'll do eventually is make that one into 2 dungeons for Mythic Plus again. If that's how they did it with Karazhan, I assume that's what they'll do again here. So what panel? We read that. Let's see. What server are you playing on? Want to group up? This is like the high pop one, whatever. Blizzcon server 1 or something like that. I don't know. But no, I won't be grouping up, obviously. We're just grinding, so grouping up is going to make it slower. Metro, how do you think the world would work if the next expansion, the Forsaken, became a 3rd faction? It certainly seems that way. I think what they're going to be doing is they're going to be making desertion and maybe like... I don't know how they're going to do it, but I don't know about 3rd faction. I think instead what they're going to do is they're going to make like some kind of amorphous faction struggle kind of thing. Like you don't have to play... I don't know. Well, I'm not sure yet. I haven't thought about it, but the idea is swirling around in my head where basically you can play whatever. You don't have to play with just alliance people, etc. 10v10 battlegrounds. Yeah, I don't think that will be happening, but that'd be cool. My hype for Classic is so huge right now. I don't care about my monk at all. Gotcha. Yeah, honestly, I was excited to check out Classic, but I'm very, very, very excited for the stuff that they announced. Like 8.1 itself. The thing is like the stuff that they announced for Live WoW is really far away. So it's really nice, but it's not going to be for, we got like months ahead of us for that. But 8.1 is definitely like, I cannot wait for that patch. I'm going to be extremely happy when that patch finally comes out, but it's not going to be for a while still, so it's unfortunate. 3 base, capture the flag. It'd be cool for sure. I actually skipped Fetid Progress today to do a bit of schoolwork, but they're raiding now and I'm not coming. That's a shame, man. I'm sorry I'm spamming you, but need to mute me if you want to stop me. That's all good, dude. There will be some sort of resistance inside the Horde where Starfang conspires with the allies to overthrow Sylvanas. Nice. Yeah, I'm definitely excited to see where the story goes, that's for sure. You thinking they might go to a faction free? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think they're going to get rid of factions in the playable elements of the game. And I think they're going to facilitate that with some kind of desertion mode, basically. And I think that's what they're trying to set up here with the whole Starfang thing. So this is a 17, so let's see how much this gives. Hey, Sap! What's up, man? Sorry, we got separated there, and I didn't get to say goodbye properly, but I got to meet Sap as well. We sat together for the WoW Q&A, and we got told to shut up. we met up for the first time, and we were talking about a bunch of WoW stuff, but it was during, like, we were sitting there waiting for the WoW Q&A to start, and before it was a StarCraft 2 thing. And I was like, all right, we'll go now because it's StarCraft 2. Who even plays that game? But apparently there was some serious StarCraft 2 people sitting directly in front of us. They were upset that we were talking the whole time. Anyway, the sweaty StarCraft players. That's unfortunate. Also, Najatar, great. They kind of spoiled N'Zoth for 8.0. Yeah, that was just everything that they announced with World of Warcraft in general was outstanding. I was really excited for it. 8.4 Siege of Argamar, though? What do you mean? I don't think there's going to be an 8.4. I'd imagine it'll mirror the patch cycles that they did with Legion. Nobody's actually going to play Classic, are they? Yeah, I think there will be people who play it, Steven. I'm on my phone waiting to pick up my kid. This is how bad I miss my daily Metro. Well, thanks a lot, man. I'm glad that you're that dedicated. I'm glad to be back, guys. Trust me. You guys are happy to be on the stream again. That's nothing compared to how happy I am to be back. I enjoyed my time in California. But I am so fucking excited to be back. I'm just like, everybody I went with said the same thing. They're like, this has revitalized me. I am so excited to get back to playing WoW and playing games in general. It's so nice. It was nice to have some time off. And, you know, I had a similar moment when I went on vacation this summer as well. It was like, oh, I can't wait to get back. But this is way better. This is even better. Because this vacation was basically playing, not playing WoW, but still talking about WoW. So... Oh, you have a phone? Nice, that you can play Diablo Immortal. Yeah, I'm on my phone waiting for Diablo Immortal. Gotcha. What was your thoughts on the Diablo stuff? Obviously disappointed, right? I think everybody was. I don't think anybody was excited about that announcement. I was actually extremely anticipating a Diablo 2 remaster because I've heard really good things about that game and I don't know anything about it. But it's like, you know, from what I've seen, it's like I could actually see myself playing Diablo 2. But I don't know anything about it, really, so... I think in the future, I will most likely only go to BlizzCons with WoW expansions revealed. Every other one. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, honestly. I'll definitely, if we go again next year, I'll definitely be excited for that. But that was, yeah, I don't know. Hey, Tommy, what's up? Kijo, what's up, man? I'm so happy to be back. I'm glad that my boy is back. Yeah, Glad to be back myself, honestly. WoW is gay. Disagree. I don't think it has a sexual preference, to be honest. Diablo 2 is the best. Yeah, I've heard really good things about Diablo 2, so. You didn't read all my comments? Sorry, I'm getting back to it now. It's tough. I haven't like interacted, you know, I haven't like done any of this for like over a week now, so. WoW is gay? Yeah, I heard you the first time, man. I disagree. Thanks for your opinion there. Not gonna lie, Warcraft 3 Forge has my interest. Yeah, I'm glad you're not gonna lie because it has my interest even more so, honestly. WoW is shit. XD? Alright. Lots of comments, friend. Yeah, I'm trying to keep up. Metro, go to the Q&A and see how offended Ian is when this fucker Q&A host says BFA is the real game. I was there. I don't remember that. Go away. Get him. Boom. With guns. Guns. You can't bring guns on a plane. Did you guys know that? I didn't know that. I tried to bring my my handgun, and they would not let me, so that was unfortunate. I had to leave it behind. Warcraft 3 is going to be badass. It's just a joke, bro. All caps. Same. I agree. How did that flight go? Yeah, it was actually, it was alright. It was alright. First flight. Yeah, it was the first time I was ever on a plane. I was very, very, very nervous, but by the fourth flight, I was like, yeah, I'm all set. I have a distinct feeling he believes that WoW is gay. Hey, Dave, what's up, man? How's England, man? But you can bring your phone to the plane. Yeah, that's true. You can play Diablo Immortal on a plane. That actually would have been pretty nice. Troll level 0.1. Gotcha. Did you get extra search services? Did you get the extra search services? What does that mean? I think WoW is bi, personally. Yeah, I don't know much about its sexual preference. Hey, Recursion! What's up, buddy? Welcome back. Bonfire night here in England? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that is, yeah, November 5th, right? Good time for Sai to return, then. I assume he's back. Maybe he'll stop in the stream today. Oh, at airport service. Like what? Like a cavity search or whatever the meme is? No, they didn't. I had no problems. Can you say this? No, unfortunately I can't. I'm not really, not too good at other languages. It's hard, okay? Yeah, that's what she said. Or he said. I've probably watched over 12 hours of demo gameplay. Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't, it was really weird. When I went back to the hotel Friday night, I was trying to watch people play Classic, but pretty much there was only like 1 or 2 people actually playing it. And there was basically nobody actually playing it. There was a lot of people just kind of sitting there. People are doing level 24 elites in big groups. Oh, really? Where's our level 24 elites? Oh, I guess in the Barrens, right? Yeah, that's the thing that sucks about this. This zone is iconic, but there's not a lot going on in this zone compared to the Barrens. I think you'll enjoy the post I posted on Discord. Let's take a look. Do you guys not have phones? That is really good. That guy is... Wow, I don't know. I feel bad for him, honestly. I feel so bad for him. Was there any mention of the Crucible of Storms raid? Yeah, I honestly think it might not be happening because they literally didn't talk about it at all, which was kind of worrying. I don't know. I don't know what to think about that raid. But I don't even give a fuck. This next raid that's coming out, I'm so excited. I've never been this excited for a raid. It's like, normally I'm pretty happy about a raid, but the Siege of Zoldazar or whatever, it's going to be the best raid ever, if you ask me. You should go to server 1 and do the Barrens. So much is going on. Yeah, that's the server I'm on, but I'm going to be playing Alliance and actual Classic, so I got to start learning the better routes for grinding in actual Classic. And I've never actually, like, I don't know. I did a lot of grinding on Horde, but I didn't really do much on Alliance, so I got to learn this. Anyway, is vanilla leveling hard? Not really. A lot of people think it's hard, quote unquote, but if you're actually like, if you know what you're doing, it's not hard in any way. Lochmadon, Northdale, over fetid progression. Gotcha. How does the demo feel so far? It feels great, actually. It's pretty much all the best things about live. Like, you know, in case you haven't been able to tell, I've used the custom texture that I use in live on here, and that's pretty nice. Like, that's awesome. Yeah, so like all the quality of life that like would come with the live client, but the gameplay of Classic, it's like, it's perfect if you ask me. Crucible will be the bridging raid from 8.1 into the Ashara raid in 8.2. Yeah, you might be right. It probably won't open for a long time anyway, so I guess maybe that's why they didn't have much to say about it, but it's hard for those people who don't know English. Gotcha. I'm playing Classic and my 1 hour is up and I can still play. Oh, that's gone. Yeah, that was gone like the first day. Friday night they announced that there's not going to be a thing like that anymore. So that's good. Thought they said Battle of Dazar or whatever was 8.1.5. So it's not going to come out with 8.1, but it is in 8.1. So basically it's going to, it might actually come out when 8.1.5 launches. We don't really know yet. But it's going to be a similar situation to how they handled it in Legion. If you guys played during Legion, you'd remember this. It was basically a situation where a patch would come out. It would have a bunch of like major patch features and like catch-ups for that major raid, that new tier. But the raid itself wouldn't start. So basically, the patch just basically acts as like a massive nerf to the previous raid. And then when the new raid comes out, it's like a step up and then plateau and then another step, you know, etc. So, are you playing with classic graphics? I guess this is the higher. I don't know. I don't know much about that. Why? What's up with that? The time restrictions were removed. That's correct, Boiler. Is spec for Hunter good? Not currently, but it's gonna get a lot better in 8.1 apparently. So about the classic info, I have mixed feelings, but overall I'm feeling secure about the team's handling of the project. I was really surprised to see Ian so involved too. I didn't think he was actually involved in this at all, which does kind of make you think that this is why BFA was kind of a little bit rushed, because he was probably divided between two projects. I'm so happy now. I'm finally done with my video editing. Nice work, Kijo. Keep it up. Is spec for Hunter good? Literally just answered that. What's going on? Somebody's calling me from California. Should I answer it? Hello? 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 I'm pretty good. Anyway. Okay, don't have time for that. Some random company. But anyway, I thought it might be somebody from the hotel or something. Anyway, I can obviously interrupt from Ian, obviously interpret from Ian's body language that he is more enthusiastic about Classic than BFA. I definitely wouldn't say that. But yeah. Hey, Metro. Hey, ZJ. What's up, buddy? Hey, Metro. Glad you had a pretty good time at Blizzcon. Keister. I'm glad I had a pretty good time at Blizzcon, too. What else? Can we take a look at the talents? You can check it out on Wowhead. I guess I can keep them up there. There's not really much going on the screen. But yeah, you can check them out on Wowhead if you want to check it out. Lol, who dat? Who dat that says they're going to beat the Saints or whatever that is? The Saints won yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw that. That was a pretty big game. Some like random person was calling me about car insurance or some shit. It's like, yeah, I'm all set. I don't want to talk about that while I'm live streaming. Just a random thought. It was. Could you actually hear the person's voice? It was like this really annoying sounding woman. Anyway, they have graphic options that are classic, or you can choose to have improved graphics that weren't offered in classic. Judging by the amount of ground clutter, you might have the better. Yeah, I have like it up to 10. So where is that? Everything's at max, so I guess if I went to 0 or to 1 or whatever. Yeah, that's even worse than classic, isn't it? Anyway, do you think removing Ignore Pain from the GCD will bring Warriors more in line with some of the other tanks? Not that alone, but yeah, the changes that are coming to Warriors are going to be really nice. Was there any discussion about the increase in DX12 multi-threading? No. This box guy is like Asmongold levels of annoyance. Box. Oh, right, because his name's a box or whatever, yeah. What do you think of loot trading? Yeah, that's the right choice for sure. That's definitely what you want to do with loot trading. I got a little bit of insider information on that, and that was, yeah, that's going to happen. There's no way they're going to not do that, so. Diablo Immortals announcement? Yeah, I can't wait for that. I'm really excited. I recently rolled a Horde tune, and darn, Orgrimmar is confusing. Nice. I'm currently leveling an Esfanadin on Northdale, but I'm putting points in Ret Tree. Is that wrong? Yeah, I would definitely recommend leveling as Prot if you're going to level a Paladin. The bounce back damage that you can get from the Prot tree is extreme. It's like way more DPS than you could ever do as a Ret Paladin. What else? We probably missed a comment. We could hear our voice, damn. How long time it will take to come to level 2 in vanilla? Not long. How long time it will take in vanilla to be level 2? Like 10 minutes if you're focused. When does the demo end? Just got back from BlizzCon. I think it's Friday. I think it's the 8th. So no, Thursday, I guess. But this is going to be the only day I play it. I have way too much I want to do on live, so that'll be tomorrow. So I'm gonna play this, you know, whatever the normal stream like today, and then I'm gonna log back on live, and that'll be it for this. I'm excited for this, but there's no real reason to play this, honestly. So. I gotta go grind, but I gotta go. The grind needs some rest after it. I hope all the awesome people will treat Metro nicely. Thanks, man. Good luck. Thanks for stopping by. Okay. By the way, I'm not logged into One Azeroth TV, so. You know, loot trading encourages group ninja looting. They will definitely change how loot trading works in Classic for sure. They will not be. I wish I could tell you why, but I cannot. So. 10 minutes? Yeah, like the first level is extremely fast. And like the first like 5 levels, even in Classic, you have like insane energy regen or whatever you consider it, but yeah. Metro, how long you streaming for? About to leave for work? Yeah, hopefully like 4 to 5 hours. I don't know. I don't really have any plans here. Like I don't. Yeah, this is so different than my normal streams, and it's kind of exciting to be back to this. If you guys aren't aware, I used to stream all the time, Classic all the time on Ace Games TV, and we basically used to just sit here and talk, and I would just farm mobs. So this is basically what I'm doing today, and we'll see how long I can stay engaged for. I would like to get to 19, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Probably not gonna have time for that. I'll tell you why in Discord, not an essay, but too long for YouTube limit. I mean, you can if you want, but it's not really gonna change. I shouldn't say anything about it, but they will not be. They will not be. It's really not something to even talk about. I don't know why anybody would be upset by it. When you could trade, like it's like they described at BlizzCon, it's the same thing. It's either you get a GM to do it for you, or you do it yourself. So there's really no nothing to talk about, honestly. Like in BFA, it'd take a 1 minute. Nice. What else? Did we miss any other comments? So the health regen and other tuning differences from vanilla in the demo are not going to be finished in the finished Classic. I don't really feel like there's any differences right now. I would have to see side-by-side comparisons with private servers. But the main thing I noticed that looked different was, what's it called? Was mob experience. And that doesn't actually seem to be different now that I'm testing it myself, so. Should teenagers start playing WoW? Yes, you should start as soon as possible. Metro, how do you think the economy will be compared to vanilla and private servers? I'm assuming players of Classic WoW will make more money and there will be more players. It depends a lot on whether or not they have the WoW token attached to it. But this was something we talked about, me and King Coin. I don't know, I haven't seen him in a long time, but we talked about this, him and I, a while back. And, you know, I do think that they should have some type of WoW token in Classic. But regardless, besides that, it is going to depend a lot on that. And it's also going to depend on server sizes a lot. Depends how many servers they make and if they, you know, have any other changes that could come down the pipeline. Health regen is way off. Oh, yeah. It doesn't feel any different to me than it did on Classic. But, yeah, maybe it is. I don't know. Obviously, there's a lot of work to still be done. Yeah, I've already seen that. I saw that at BlizzCon. As the LFR thing. Everyone is going to be addict. Nice. They looked at things that would end with the same outcome, which is why there's no difference. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That will be happening the way they described it, and for a very, very good reason, which I did not know about until I went out to California. Let's put it that way. But if I was able to tell you why that reason was, you would not even think about it. There would never be it would never cross your mind again to go back to that type of system where, you know, if somebody wants to trade gear, they have to get a third party, or more so like a first party involved. WoW tokens discourage illegal gold selling. Exactly. That's the main reason. That's the main thing we talked about, him and I. And I definitely agreed with him. He had some very good points about why there should definitely be a WoW token. Did WoW change your life? Yeah, to be honest, it did. Definitely. It's less time and resources for both the player and the GM. Yeah, exactly. 100%. The pros heavily outweigh the cons in that respect, for sure. What are your thoughts of a Classic WoW token? Could they tie together BFA? I don't know how it would work, but I definitely think there should be some kind of token for Classic, just for what we've been talking about. Just so there's not this just so there's not this this propensity for gold selling. Does the classic demo give you 4 8-slot bags? Yep. So that's another big thing about the classic demo. Like, you're just way more powerful than you should be at this point. So, you know, all the people talking about health regen and stuff, it's like, I guess we don't actually have any stamina on our gear, or any spirit on our gear, but these values seem pretty high. Let's put it that way. I'd have to log on a private server, but I'm pretty sure 45 strength at level whatever this is not right. I don't know, though. How does Classic feel after going back to it? Well, to be honest, I played it a lot recently, so I'm not, maybe not the best person to ask that, but I knew I would like Classic out of the gate, so. Am I wrong here? I always thought protection was better for leveling. Yep, it's definitely better for leveling, but you can't get, like, the things that are good for protection. I don't have a shield. Like, all of these things aren't relevant right now, so we're just, whatever, taking the things that are the best for the 5 levels that we could possibly get on here, or more like 4 levels. I am new beginner in WoW. I have a human hunter level 100, and do you know how I can farm some mounts? No, unfortunately not. Sai actually has a video on the channel here about the easiest to get mounts, so you should check that out. Ball Nazar, what's up, man? Big fan of yours. How's it going? Play Horde? What, you mean me, or? Do you like the old talent system or the current one more? I definitely like the old talent system for, like, sub-max level, but it sucks for max level, honestly. I definitely like the new talent system and the new gear, like, you know, gear type customization way better for live WoW, because it's all max level content, right? But in here, when it's all leveling content, it's like, yeah, this is outstanding. Oh wait, you had to be into the like high 20s or something? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're not really going to be able to get any of the good talents sub 20. So 20 is when you first start getting good talents. The first 20 levels are just kind of just attack things. I think I agree with you, but leveling is so painful. Getting nothing for... Oh, I'm with you there 100%. So I'm saying it's like, it really sucks. Like, that's... I really... Don't get it wrong. I really like leveling on live as well. In fact, the 7.3... Uh-oh. The 7.3.5 update on live is definitely the best, if you ask me, the best iteration of leveling that the game has ever had. But I really like classic leveling too, and a big part of why is because of the talent situation. The whole spell progression situation is just really nice. I'm surprised you're not pushing keys this week. Nah, I'm gonna do just a 10, just get it over with. I just got back from Blizzcon. Like, I literally just woke up an hour ago, so I'm pretty, you know, I'm pretty tired. I'm not really trying to do any serious content today. But tomorrow we're gonna be back to doing stuff on live for sure. Did you connect with other streamers at BlizzCon? Unfortunately, not. I didn't get to meet any real influencers. Balnazar, thanks for the sub. How can I play vanilla? You'd have to have the demo accessed via the virtual ticket. Check and read Discord message. Alright, let's read it out loud. Welcome back, Drav. What's up, man? For example, BRD run. In the group, there are 4 people from same guild, 1 pug, X item drop, item X drops, and it happens to be an item the pug needs as well. That's one of them from the guild group. Since you can trade loot, the other 3 guys from the guild who don't need it also roll need on it, aka ninja looting, and then trade it to the guildie who needed it. So basically, the pug guy only has a 20% chance of getting the item instead of a 50% chance. Example 2, person X ninja need rolls on an item he can't even equip, while person Y actually needs the item. Scumbag person sells. That's, I mean, that can happen in the current system as well. You could do that as well. You just have to get a GM involved. So I understand like why you think that's a problem, but yeah, it's not gonna happen. They will not be going back on that. Anyway, while classic personal loot confirmed. Honestly, classic needs personal loot. All of these problems that you just described would be solved by having personal loot in the game. So it's really a problem with looting in general. Retard dumbass. Do you have the skills to get on Goldshire Roof? No idea. Probably never tried, I guess. Opinions on demo? Is it authentic? It feels great to me. Yeah. I haven't seen anything that I haven't liked so far. It's actually true. Classic needs personal loot. Yeah, for real. Oh, just wasted some mana there. Yep. Honestly, personal loot would work way better in classic than it does in live. But that's a little bit too much. Then Alex Central might get 100k. I hope sharding and phasing won't be included. Yeah, so they already explained how phasing is not ever going to be included because that's tied to quest tech, and that's not going to happen in Classic. But sharding will happen in the beginning, so they have a stable launch, and then after that, they'll remove it, it seems. So that's a perfect compromise. Everybody should be satisfied with that. It's great that they're keeping debuff and rogue regen, etc. Yeah, that was crazy. I'm surprised that they went that route. The rogue regen thing and like the debuff cap, that was really nice to see that. Why are you skipping my question? Sorry, I'm struggling to keep up. Kind of a dumb question, but are monks in the new Classic? Wow, no, you're right. That was a dumb question. Let's see. What's up? Hey, Ice Block. In your absence, I made a Death Knight. It was not the same. Glad to see you again. How you been, man? I still got to do a 10 on my rogue if you need a DPS. I think a lot of people in my guild are going to want to do it as well, so we'll see. I don't really have any plans for tonight. I'm just going to get on and do some stuff. I don't want sharding even in starting zones, but if it's time limited and very restricted, as Ian described, it's not a deal breaker, yeah. Hopefully everybody will understand that it's a compromise that needs to be made. The game isn't really going to function. Like, the first 3 weeks of maybe like 3 to 4 weeks of the game can't really function without some type of alleviation. It's either add shared mob tagging, make 1 million servers, or add sharding. That's it. There's no options. The fourth option is to do nothing, and then the game is not playable in 2018. So pretty much anybody who's like vehemently against sharding in the opening weeks just doesn't want the game to be successful, and that's a shame, but it seems like a lot of people are in that boat. I am new to the channel. Just say hi to me, Matthias. What's up, buddy? How you doing? The only problem I see, though, is that Blizzard puts sharding in the AQ. Yeah, they're not going to do that. No way. They understood. Like, you could tell, based on what was said, they understand what's important about the world in Classic. Oh, boy, just got home from picking up the kid, and my new DDR4 RAM is here. Yes, got it installed before Raid. All right, see you, buddy. Do you know Pilaf from Dragon Ball? Yeah, I watched Dragon Ball. Emperor Pilaf. You cannot jump underwater on the demo. That was not supposed to be that way. That's a private server thing. Anyway, yes. As said earlier, I feel good about the Classic team. Yeah, me too. Feels really good. It seems like they really understand what's important. What else? It's cool seeing the old loot dropping from those mobs. Not that they don't drop them today, but it's been 12 years since I've leveled in Westfall. Gotcha. Obviously, Classic, you know, there's a lot of nostalgia tied to it as well. Pilaf is a YouTuber. Nice. Yeah, I only know the Emperor Pilaf from Dragon Ball. I wish Classic was launching as BC. Yeah, to be fair, I would definitely like BC as well. But Classic is very, very, very different from BC, so I'm glad that they're going with Classic. I'm curious, do you want no changes to vanilla, or would you be willing to have changes like personal loot and weapon skills? Weapon skills, there's no reason to change that, but personal loot, I do think the game would be better with personal loot, but I don't want to see it added because that would be a very, very big difference in the game, and it would probably affect more than I think it does. The main thing I want to see is no more reserving. That's my major complaint about Classic and the community that plays it. They want the easy way out, and you know, even the thing that we just read from Mads, like, that's the easy way out. Everybody is a bitch about fucking loot in Classic, and it's such a shame. Because apparently Classic is supposed to be this, you know, this community-driven social experience, but the people that I've played with in Classic do not seem to think that's the case. It's really a shame. What does personal loot mean? It's hard to explain if you haven't played the live game. It's basically a system where everybody gets an independent role instead of just a group role. Like a piece of gear drops in Classic and everybody can roll on it, meaning people can take it who don't even really, like, you know what I mean? People can interact with it who have no business interacting with it. Whereas personal loot, it prevents that. Jesus. I think I am dying here anyway, huh? Whew. Scary stuff. Anyway. Classic was nothing but loot whoring. It's way worse now if you haven't played private servers. Are you going there with train? What does that mean? There are people who don't want to see sharding at all. How naive they must be to think that without it they will be able to level. Yeah, they don't care. That's the thing, Magnums. They don't care. They want that to happen. They want the servers to suck on launch. They think that's like a credible element of Classic. So they basically just want the game to be worse, you know? And that's disgusting, honestly. That saddens me to hear that. So I don't want anything to do with those types of people. Do you want to hear some jokes? Not currently, no. If you haven't, you should go and read the interview with classic devs on Wowhead. Oh, I haven't seen that. Just make the groups and reserving won't exist. Unfortunately, you know, that problem is something that you could solve easily in the Keystone system on live, but if everybody's reserving and you make a group that's not reserving, people just won't join the group. You don't have any, like, control over the group joining process when you don't have some type of leverage over the group joining process with the Keystone system, you know? I believe that too many quality of life changes would ruin the feeling. Gotcha. Yeah, there's like people use that term quality of life, and they mean things that are actually gameplay related. But when I use it, it does not mean anything that would ever change gameplay. So I don't know. You have to be very clear on what you're talking about. It's better to let's just say specific. If you want to talk about what type of specific things can and cannot be included in Classic, then we could talk about that. But otherwise, there's pretty much no reason in trying to make a blanket, like an umbrella statement on that. Anyway, Metro, where you been, bro? Glad to see the Classic. Hey, Joel, I was at Blizzcon, man. The good old exciting Paladin gameplay. What's up, buddy? Destil, yeah. Personally, I think it's better without sharding, but the way they're doing it is okay with me. Obviously, the game is better without sharding, but the launch has to, like, you have to, you know, if you're trying to make money off this product, which is what they're doing, you cannot have an unsuccessful launch. That's the most important part of the game. So, like I said, the compromise they're making, everybody should agree with. How is the PvP? Have you tried it yet? There's no PvP. Why are some people saying loot trading would single-handedly make Dungeons experience not vanilla-like? Because they don't really understand it, I guess, more so. I don't know. Why Paladin? It's the class I want to play. A good example was the point they made about the debuff limit. Yeah, that was a great example. No, any vanilla exploits you can use. No, since this is technically 7.3.5, none of that would work. JL and Brack, BlizzCon 2017. We want to reproduce the game experience, not the actual launch experience. Yes, exactly. Yeah, you're right. He did actually say that, didn't he? That's pretty funny. That's a very interesting point. So basically, sharding has been confirmed since last year. People just didn't realize it at the time. That's very interesting. Did Blizzard comment on multi-boxing at all? No. So you planning on healing or tanking in vanilla? Both, yeah. I plan on having one of each healer and tank at some point. But my plan for Paladin is to heal raids and tank 5-mans. 200 IQ PogChamp. Yeah, that's pretty nuts, huh? For the sake of lols, I do hope that Blizzard won't implement sharding at start so I can see how those morons will start to complain. That's the thing. They don't really want the game to be successful. They just want a time machine. So they're not, it's never, like, if the servers crash and you can't even level at all, they're fine with it. They're, like, actually happy about that, probably, a lot of those people, so. One of each tank. Yeah, Druid, Paladin, and Warrior. I don't even understand the people who don't mind if the launch is a disaster. It will just turn... Yeah, exactly. Like I said, they don't want the game to be successful. It's just not... It's not really like an opinion, honestly. That's just the way it's presented. Like, if you think that the first week of the game should feature nobody being able to do anything for various reasons, then you don't want this project to succeed. That's all there is to it. I think I'm going to do Warrior, Mage, then Healer. Nice. That's cool. Yeah, Warrior is really fun, but I definitely won't be leveling it. It will be the last thing I level. I used to think I loved Warrior in Classic, and then I started learning. Tanking on Paladin and Druid. I did a lot of tanking on Paladin and Druid in private servers, and it was actually extremely fun. Isn't Paladin and 40-man just buffing? No, they're great healers. If you ask me, they're the best healer. They bring the most utility to the group. Druids were okay tank even through most of BWL, weren't they? It's tough to gear up a Druid because they don't wear plate, but I really like Druid's position in Classic. I still can't decide if I want to play Druid or Paladin. Sounds great. Can't wait. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm really happy to see you doing this. I love the stream, even though I tell you like once a week. Mike, I'm glad that you like it, dude. I'm excited for it as well. Poly are broken in vanilla. Yeah, they're really versatile. If it starts with greater blessings, they can heal. Otherwise, they cast buffs 75% of the time. Yeah, it's going to be 1.12, so I guess all that stuff will be in. We'll see what happens. Did I hear they're going to make some changes to the Poly? You did not hear that, no. Greater blessings were in 1.12, yeah. I think they were added in 1.8, weren't they? Or was it 10? I think it was maybe 110. Anyway. What else? Metro, I have a question. I don't understand the 4-stam. Strength is a good stat for all melee classes. I don't know if that was a joke, but it's some kind of YouTube video or something. I don't really understand it either, honestly. Stocks will go down if they add sharding, and they will remove it. I don't think it's like the really stupid thing to say. I don't know what the fuck you're even talking about, but anyway, yeah, they're going to be adding sharding, especially in the first few weeks. So, is this really vanilla? Wow, that's correct, Nick. This is the classic demo. I've never really played vanilla, but I heard that Rep Pally is useless. Is this true? No, that is not true. Rep Pally gets a bad rap, but they have some very big upsides. Let's put it that way. If you can play them well, then you can do a lot. Pop-up talent window for my fapping, please. Sure thing. I do like the background images in the talent tree. That's probably my favorite thing. It's kind of stupid that it's all Stormwind. Well, this is not. This is fucking Undercity. But regardless, I do really like that the backgrounds. This is one of my favorite things about the talent tree was this background. The tank one is so nice. Look at that sunset. It's really cool. I just finished the no problem. My inventory's full. If they don't add sharding, I'd be upset. Let's not even worry about it, guys. They've already said what they're gonna do. People disagree with it, then they don't really want the game to be successful. It's not only rebuffing the raid. What do you mean? Okay, let's sell all this shit. Oh, I did have a shield. Huh. Wow, I got it. Wait, did they give me those? Those were probably already in my bags, right? Surely I didn't get a one-hander and a shield immediately. Those were probably already in my bags. Let's actually try a sword and board. It's kind of pointless without the talents, but... If there is greater blessing, buffing is no issue anymore. Nice. Sup? What's up, man? How's it going? So tell me more about why you think they might be moving to a factionless model. Thoughts on a third faction? I don't really have much to talk about, honestly. I just, you know, based on what we saw at BlizzCon, it does seem like it's something they would consider. But I've been thinking about that for a while, like a desertion feature, where you can basically join whichever faction you want. And with that in play, then it might mean that they just do like a factionless gameplay from now on. You need the add-on Pally power in vanilla, yeah. Why would you want a third faction? Definitely would not want a third faction. Just saying that I think they'll get rid of the concept of factions altogether. Is it the old auto unstuck button? No, it's again 7.3.5 is what this game is built on, so. Oh, look at them polygons, yeah. I don't really like the way this looks, honestly. I quite like the new graphics, so. For the horde, oh right, I have no faction. That's funny. Third faction helps issues where one faction becomes lopsided, but that won't happen for vanilla, right? Obviously not. Regardless, I don't think it'll happen for live either. Why am I like doing no damage? Am I not gaining weapon skill? Or is, oh, there it is. 7, oh, everything, they already gave us weapon skill, right? Class skills, 80 of 80. That's funny. Factionless makes more sense than 3. Yeah, definitely. Way more. Savannah's probably had Icecon flashbacks when she looked at the Blizzard stock chart. What? It's funny how many people all of a sudden are worried about the stocks of a company that they have no interest in. Why do people even care about that? It's not very valuable. Sword and board doesn't really seem like it's worth it if you don't have the talents. I kind of messed up. But it doesn't really matter anyway because it's only good if you had a shield spike on. These talents are only good if you have a shield spike on, and obviously I'm not going to have a shield spike either, so let's just go back to two-hander. Did they release anything interesting at this BlizzCon? Yeah, it's too much for me to talk about, honestly. Too much for me to try to summarize for you. You should definitely go check it out yourself. Do you know if Warrior really was this horrible to level up in Classic? Yeah, I did it a lot in the original Classic and on private servers. It's really bad. Because you're basically like completely reliant on your white swings. Well, your yellow swings too or whatever. But like all your physical damage is all you do, right? You don't have any type of spells, any type of heals, any type of utility at all. All you have is your attacks versus theirs. And you could easily lose 1v1s because of that, like all the time. You lose 1v1s all the fucking time as a warrior. Even at full health, sometimes you might lose a 1v1. Like what I'm doing as Paladin right now, where I'm like healing and going into the pack with like 70% health. That is definite death. I'm probably gonna die here because of this bleed. That is definite death for a warrior, and they have no way out. Whereas I can stun or bubble as a Paladin. As a warrior, you just die. You either run away and get lucky, or you die to daze. So why warriors are called the kings of vanilla? Because they have the best specs. All 3 specs are the best for all their respective types of niches and content. But leveling is not very, very good for them. Imagine being an arms warrior and having a 3.8 speed weapon. Oh yeah. Hey, Zevon, what's up? Long time no see in the stream, man. How you been? A mobile game, unpolished demo of WoW Vanilla, re-released a 16-year-old game, 1 champion for HOTS, and that's it, I guess. I mean, the remaster of Warcraft 3 was probably like the best thing that could have ever happened at BlizzCon, honestly. If you're not satisfied with that, then I don't think you really like Blizzard games. But yeah, in terms of an unpolished demo, I'm not sure where you're getting that from. But yeah, obviously the WoW stuff, in my opinion, was extremely good. They gave us way more than they should have. Warcraft 3 is still fun to this day. It's still one of my favorite games ever. So, heard warriors were shit tier in leveling though. Yeah, they're the worst. Yeah. High geared warriors one-shot clothies in PvP, and they only raid as tanks. And they're the only raid tanks, right? Yeah. Hey Metro, got 3 of 8 Mythic Uldir, then quit WoW for now. Gotcha. We are looking to do some recruitment for the guild as well. I need to get a couple more people in. So if anybody's out there looking to raid on Horde, currently 3 of 8. We raid Tuesday, Wednesday, 7 Eastern to 11 Eastern, 2 days a week. Tuesday, Wednesday, that's it. If anybody's looking for a guild, let me know. We need pretty much everything at this point. Well, we need DPS especially, obviously. Hope they will remaster Warcraft 3, The Frozen Throne. Yeah, I think they will. Cop sent me your way. Hey, Courtney, what's up? I heard you can still play versus people with the basic game. Yeah, that's true. You can play back, like it's completely backwards compatible somehow, which is nuts. How does Paladin compare to Priest for healing in vanilla? I think they're the superior healers for raids, but for 5-mans, Priest is the best healer without question. They have the best tool. They have like the most well-rounded toolkit. Honestly, like Priests in vanilla basically are like as well developed as Priests through like the first like 6 years of WoW. It's crazy. Whereas like Paladin is horrible. They only have like 2 spells and that's pretty much it. One of them is like useless in raids because it's so mana inefficient. What else? I would be interested in joining the guild if I could. Oh, the live guild. Sweet. Yeah, message me in Discord. We could talk. How does Paladin compare to Priest? We read that. I have strongly considered playing Priest when it launches. Priest is... I wish I would like... Basically, if I was in a group that I knew we were going to have like good tanks to run with 5-mans all the time, I would definitely play Priest in Classic because Priest is extremely fun to level in Classic. Like, it's the most fun leveling I've had in Classic. And, yeah. There's so much versatility that Priest can bring as a healer. What's your Discord link? It's in the description. If you're interested in joining the guild just as like, you know, like a social member, that's fine as well. But if you're looking to raid, let me know. We gotta have a talk. On private servers, if you're not warrior, tank, holy priest, mage, warlock, it's hard to get in guilds. Gotcha. If I remember, yeah, I'll be making my own guild, by the way, for Classic, so you guys won't have to worry about that kind of nonsense. If you guys are going to play on US Alliance, you'll have a guild. I can't guarantee that you'll have a raid, because I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but I will definitely be leading a guild, and I hope to do some casual raiding. If I remember correctly, Paladins could tank 5-mans, but not 40-mans at all. Paladins can tank everything. It just requires the rest of the group to be aware that they're tanking. Same with Druids. I mean, the thing about Classic is it's so, honestly, so poorly designed that a fucking mage could tank if they had the right setup around them. Count me in? Sweet. Sounds good, man. 80% of the server is warrior, DPS, rogues, and hunters. Gotcha. Make a list of what you want, and we can level classes accordingly. No, I would want you guys to play what you want, honestly. But we'll see. My main interest is ZG. ZG is my favorite raid ever, at least currently. I think Jazar Allure, the Jazar Allure is going to change that. I think I might like that even more than ZG, but ZG is always going to be one of my top 5 raids for sure, and I will definitely be doing ZG no matter what, but that won't be out for a while, it seems like. So what I'll probably do is just level 2 characters or maybe even a couple more while we're waiting for ZG to come out. Do some gearing up in 5-mans, maybe some MC, and then when ZG comes out, we'll start with some kind of set schedule. But that probably won't be until like next winter, so we'll see what happens. Got a long time before we're worried about that. I need to heal. What do you think of the DPS DK specs? I don't really play Death Knights. Or, what the fuck? I don't really play DPS, so I don't know anything about those specs. Problem with tanking in Classic is threat more than anything. Yeah, exactly. Paladins have like the best threat in the game, without question. So, oh, you be playing Horde or Alliance? In Classic, Alliance, definitely. Both of the DK DPS specs are good at the moment. Nice. I heard the Feral Druid has a very OP helm at level 50. That's correct. Yep, it's a very good helm, but it's on a Feral Druid, so you know, give or take. Anyway, Paladin tanks would be great if they just had a taunt, right? Yeah, if they had a taunt, they would probably be the best tanks in the game, without question. That's just part of why they were so good in TBC. The big thing that holds them back, though, is gearing. There's no spell power gear or anything like that in Classic. You have to really get lucky. Or not get lucky, but you have to really do some specific things to get any type of spell damage on a Paladin tank. So, for the Paladin, yeah. If I want to play Paladin, it has to be. But I'm definitely going to play some Horde. I don't know. I just don't know what I'm going to do. I'd like to play Shaman, too, honestly. Shaman is really fun. And I wouldn't mind trying Shaman tank, too. I've seen people talk about that recently. In fact, ironically, I was watching a video from a YouTube content creator. I watched the video at, like, maybe say, like, October 25th, and then October 26th, he subscribed to me while I was streaming. So I don't know if he heard that I was talking about him or what, but anyway. Did Alliance have an advantage in vanilla due to Paladins giving them additional tank spec? Not the tank thing, but definitely because of buffs. Buffs were huge. Paladins could also dispel magic, and magic, there's a lot of magic debuffs that need to be dispelled, so Horde only has 1 magic dispel, and it's priests, so basically you need to have way more priests as Horde than whereas Alliance, you could kind of split the load between priest and Paladin. I level my Paladin in vanilla as ret for Seal of Command, but of course at level 60 I had to heal, right? Yeah, we talked about that at Blizzcon, didn't we? A taunt, yes, but also single target threat. They only have AU, they only have AAs for that. Auto attacks for that. Well, they have the best single target threat though, because you know, Seal of Righteous Judgment is ridiculous. It does more threat than any single global in the game will for any other tank. The problem is they can't control threat. That's the thing. If they're behind on threat, they have no way of gaining it other than the other person stopping. Holy moly, after playing Classic, I'm actually really... Oh, Hamder, holy shit, goddamn. Long time no see, man. How you been? What have you been up to? Hey, Drav, what's up, buddy? What's up, man? How's it going? Ellie Shamans were badasses back in Lich King. Not sure about now. Haven't relearned Ellie since they changed it. What, in Classic, do you mean, or in Live? Yeah, in Live, Ellie's in a good place, I'd say. But they're hard to play well, let's put it that way. You have to work a lot harder on Ellie than you do on any other class right now. Zefty, what's up, buddy? I'll be leveling Warrior Tank with you in Classic, by the way. Sweet. You gonna play Alliance with us? That'd be great. When are we gonna see more Druid tanking? What, on Live? Definitely be Druid tanking these coming weeks, 100%. This week, I'm not sure. We'll see. Maybe I'll do some on the weekend, but Tuesday and Wednesday, I want to focus on my Death Knight. Since it's been a while since I've played. But yeah, Druid, I plan on making Druid my main alt in 8.1, so I'm gonna be gearing it up and hopefully doing a lot of high keys with it. Well, not high keys, but like, you know, 10s and stuff. Doesn't feel like health regen is very high. Like, it doesn't look like it's any higher than it would be in Classic. Maybe it's like marginally higher. I would have to guess. I would have to see comparisons. The thing that I do think is odd is this. I don't feel like we had this many stats. I feel like 10 strength would have been what I would have at like level 16 or something like that. And I don't have a lot of it on gear either. I'm not sure where it's coming from. I mean, I have none of it on gear, so I don't know where it's coming from at all. Been grinding IRL, I guess, but I feel like I might lose my life once Classic launches. Gotcha. That's funny. Well, did you play much Classic on private servers? I remember that one time you and some others had come to play with me, and you guys didn't really seem to like it because of how slow everything was. Wait, you are going to rip the DK? No, I said it's going to be my main alt. Means I'm going to play it like very frequently, you know? But it's not what I'm going to play in raids and stuff. Shaman tank for the win. Yeah, it actually seems really fun, honestly. What did you get in your DK's cash this week? I've yet to open it. I'm going to log on tonight and get it. I just tried Frosty K on my 110 DK. I didn't play since Legion. Pretty retarded. 9k DPS on single target with LCDs. Yeah, Frost and Unholy are really strong right now, burst-wise. But apparently their mechanics are what people dislike. I don't really know how it works. I was never really into private servers, but I've been playing the demo a lot, and it's really fun. Not just in a nostalgic way, but just really fun. Sweet. That's awesome, man. I'm glad to hear that. If for some reason you want to play on US, let me know. We'll have a guild going. Any interest in doing some private server streaming? We could get a group together and raid ZG before Classic drops. Nah, I'm done with private servers for good. Done with private servers for good. I'll never play on there again. Plus, I would get banned if I did. Unholy isn't the most interesting, but it's strong. Gotcha. Did you see the MDI clip where an Unholy DK destroys like 15 mobs in 10 seconds? No, I didn't know that any damage dealers, any DK, DPS were in the MDI. When did that happen? 2, the new guild name. Banned from WoW? No, banned from streaming. I actually talked to the person who's in charge of banning people from YouTube, so I will not be testing my luck with that, obviously. I'm thinking of leveling as rep might be better. I definitely would recommend prot leveling. You do a lot. If you have a shield spike and a let's see, I'm trying to think of all the criteria. So what you need is a shield spike. Yeah, that's right. A weapon with a proc on it, because the proc can proc judgment as well. There's a lot of criteria. So basically what you want is you want to have 5 of 5 reckoning. You want a shield spike and you want a weapon with a proc on it. And then you sit, get 5 stacks, like get 100% reckoning, and then stand up and hit. Reckoning will have an extra chance to proc the weapon proc, and that weapon proc will have an extra chance to proc the judgment. So with that, you could basically sit, stand up, guaranteed crit, so you get the shield block, extra shield block damage, and you will automatically, well, not automatically, but have a significantly higher chance to use your weapon proc, which will have a double chance for the judgment, effectively like burst healing you if you use Judgment of Light, burst mana, blah, 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 or burst DPS, like whatever. It's actually hard to explain, but it's really complicated and really well. Like if you do it well, it's insane. And it allows you to like AoE farm very easily. You could like pull 4 or 5 mobs. But basically, if you could survive 5 mobs, that would be ideal, because then you would get the most out of Reckoning. But yeah, sit, stand, like hit for a ton. Sit, stand, hit for a ton. And every time you're hitting for a ton, you're also proccing your judgment 5 times. So you could heal for a ton, whatever, you know, it's nuts. Shield Spike and Electrocutioner's Legs from Nomer. Yeah, that was really good. So what is Pally heal gameplay like with 2 spells? How could they be as good as Priests who have so many more tools? Because the tools aren't very useful in 5-man or in raids. They're only really useful in 5-mans. It's not necessarily about the toolkit in Classic. It's more about the throughput, because things are balanced so poorly. You have to really rely on numerical. Whereas in live, like, you know, they're gonna make, like, things are gonna change over time, and the tools are gonna be the strong point. The tuning is always gonna change. In Classic, it's not that way. So it's all about mana efficiency, and Holy Pally has the best mana efficiency. They can basically spam heals without ever having to stop, and that's a really big deal. But on top of that, their toolkit for healing is low, but their actual utility toolkit is without question the best in the game. You downrank spells, yeah, exactly. I'm curious what they'll do with vanilla when all the content is done. They kind of talked about that at BlizzCon, but it doesn't seem like they have any definite plans. It was the right answer. They said, we're just trying to focus on getting this product out now. People don't know that? Yeah, I guess not. So Holy Paladin is actually really viable. Oh, it's without question the best healer in raids, if you ask me. And the coolest thing about Paladin, which is one of the reasons I really want to play it, is because they can wear all types of gear, right? So it's kind of cheesy, but you can get, like, you know, you can get cloth gear, you can get leather gear, and of course they're the only plate. Like, there's a couple really good plate healing pieces, and it's just Paladins, right? So that's really nice. As a discipline is not really a spec in Classic. It's more like a buff tree. There's a couple of things in Classic that are very different than how they are in Live. And spec identity is one of them. There's basically no spec identity. It's basically class identity. You play a Paladin, not a Holy Paladin. So you'll have to get used to that. Pallies use cloth gear? Yeah, exactly. You know, the best healing game and the best healing gear in the game is going to be all different types of gear, so... It sucks, and that's one thing that I didn't like about playing a Priest. I was basically never getting any gear because the Paladins were the better healer, and they were taking all my cloth gear. But, you know, that's one reason to play Paladin. And the same with Shaman. Shaman's in a similar boat. There's not a lot of plate healing gear, so Shaman doesn't miss out on a lot. I'm either playing Warlock or Paladin. Not sure what to pick, though. Well, you have a long time to worry about it. You got at least, what, 8 months? So, you almost never use max rank spells? Yeah, max rank spells are... That's another reason why the game is kind of poorly designed. It's... The max rank of spells are, outside of, like, buffs and stuff, are pretty useless. I wore a lot of mail gear, even in BC as a pal, yeah. Same way in TBC, for sure. So it says somebody's adding me. Oh, Sassy Queen, what's up? Sweet. Yeah, I'll catch up with you, afterwards. Are you looking to raid, though, by the way? If you're still here? Or are you just looking to hang out? Anyway, almost every pally did wear a dress in our guild back then. Yeah, I mean, even the best pally legs in the game were a dress, I'm pretty sure. The crit legs from AQ40, or maybe they weren't. No, I don't think they were a dress. Yeah, they were just regular legs. Full on mages? Sort of, not really. We need as many players as we can get, so. But yeah, if anybody's out there looking to raid on Horde US side, and they can make Tuesday, Wednesday from 7 to 11 Eastern, 100%, and they're able to raid at a mythic level, let me know. We got spots. Just playing silly ice block. You're always fooling around, man. Anyway, what else? Did I miss any other comments? I remember playing at least 4 mobs in the graveyard in Duskwood. It's even easier when you're fighting undead as a paladin, yeah. But Exorcism is a very mana inefficient spell, even though it does a lot of damage. But yeah, pretty much everything they announced at BlizzCon in terms of Warcraft, World of Warcraft, Classic, Warcraft 3, all of it was outstanding. I feel like it was way more than we should have gotten. Especially Classic. Like, I knew there was going to be the demo, but they pretty much have everything set up. And the fact that they actually have a release target for that and the pre-patch was just, like, so fucking hype. To hear about a release target for both the 8.1 and the Classic shit, that was just so much more than I would have ever expected. What do you think about the Diablo announcement? I was really excited for Diablo 2, and I'm really upset that they didn't announce something like that. But I don't really play Diablo, so I don't really give a fuck, to be honest. What I will say is that I completely understand why everybody's so upset. Like, I don't have any stake in Diablo. I don't really care about it, but announcing a fucking mobile game at BlizzCon is like, that's just retarded. I can't believe they did that. It's honestly embarrassing. They did nothing but embarrass themselves there. It's such a shame. The question is, how is it going to be when you have healing, when you have to heal annoying gnome tanks? I don't think it'll matter too much what type of tank we heal. Can't wait to level 1 to 60. I like slow progress, though, through leveling, and World PP is going to be sexy again. Oh, you should definitely check out War Mode, honestly. War Mode is so good, honestly, in live. If you like classic World PvP, you'll love War Mode. Roll in Alliance on live and go into War Mode if you want World PvP. It'll be way better than Classic. Although Classic's cool, but anyway. Mobile gaming is the future of gaming. I mean, you're right. It is. It is, but it's like, I don't know. People aren't there for mobile games. Let's put it that way. Everybody there is a PC gamer. I don't think anybody was there expecting for like console shit, you know what I mean? Night Elf is the best race in vanilla. They have 150% move speed while dead, and they also have dodge, which is really good for tanking. It's another good reason for Night Elf Bear and Night Elf Warrior. Hi there. Hey, Russian guy. What's up, man? How's it going? Do you still feel Demon Hunter is better than Monk? Oh, definitely. I still feel Demon Hunter is the best tank in 5-mans, regardless of what the fucking stats on whatever Raider.io say. I still think Demon Hunter is better than Death Knight tanking. It's just people are valuing the ease of survival more than they're valuing the utility and DPS, which I guess I can understand, but I am kind of surprised by it. Let's put it that way. This is not what the health bars look like on live, right? I'm trying to remember. I haven't used the default health bars in quite a while. I'm pretty sure it is a little different. Demon Hunters are paper tanks. Yeah, I think even that is pretty well overblown, but they definitely take a lot more. They're definitely in need of more help from the healer than a Blood DK is, and I think that does add up, so I can understand why people are in that position. Why don't you auto-loot? Because it's not classic if there's auto-loot. Welcome home, Bo. What's up, man? Glad to be back, honestly. Honestly, I was excited about my time in California, but yeah, I am very happy to be home. Gotta get your Luna frames. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen with add-ons. You could auto-loot in Classic by shift-clicking? Yeah, I'd rather just do this. This feels more like Classic to me because I used X-loot. You get some In-N-Out burger? No, I tried to avoid eating fucking fast food, but unfortunately I didn't have that luxury when we were actually at BlizzCon. I'm still concerned about Blizzard making things easier in vanilla to draw in retail players into Classic for more money. I wouldn't, like, I don't know why you'd be worried about that, considering they're gonna share a sub. I wouldn't worry about that. Have you seen those MDI shenanigans? Oh, with the double rogue shit. Yeah, that was pretty nuts. That was really interesting. I like that idea a lot. Stuff like that, man. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I saw that shit, all I was thinking was, it's like, all right, I think it's time to make a group. Cause that is like, man, that kind of shit seems so fun to me. To be able to like push the meta in such a way, like that is not something the average player is gonna be able to pull off. I don't know. I just really like that. That's, you know, for as much as I'm excited about Classic, that's the one thing I'll regret always. There's not really gonna ever be like a real competitive scene in Classic. You're gonna have to kind of force your way to be competitive in Classic. It doesn't really propagate itself like it does in live. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, LeMayo at general chat. Oh, what's happening? What do girls taste like? Oh god, that's funny. Anyway, I didn't see the DK DPS thing. I don't know where that's coming from. Could you go into detail about this MDI? Not really, unfortunately. What happened at the MDI with rogues? I thought that's what people were talking about. At the MDI, people were taking double subtlety rogue. And this is something to his credit. Tagore, a frequent viewer, said that people would be doing earlier in the beta, actually, which I haven't really seen since, but people are doing it in the MDI now. Basically taking double subtlety rogue and just pulling trash to bosses to give the subtlety rogues insane single target DPS. And they even did it on bolstering. They just had to be very clear, you know, that they needed to make sure none of the mobs died. So they did it to great effect. Like the group that did it and the group that didn't do it were basically two different groups. They beat it by like 4 minutes ahead of the other group. So Zolstrat and MDI, yeah, exactly. Wow, yeah, it's pretty nuts. It's smart. I mean, that's the kind of. So, you are enjoying. Hey, Ryu, what's up? Rui, how you say it? What's up, man? Are you enjoying the real deal? You're talking about Classic? Yeah, Classic is something that I knew I would always like. So, how's the Mythic progression? Nah, it's not happening. We need to do some recruiting before we can get back to it, unfortunately, right now. And you know, we had Zool to like 22%, so we'll get it killed once we get the group back. But it's probably going to be a while before we can make any progress again. So if anybody's out there looking for a raiding guild, let me know. 2 nights a week, Tuesday, Wednesday. Been raiding together since fucking 2008. Horde side, US servers, obviously. Looking for any damage dealers. We really do need a death knight, or not a death knight. We really need a demon hunter. We currently have no demon hunter now, so we need to get a demon hunter as well. So if anybody's out there plays a demon hunter, let me know. They can make vanilla dungeons they can remake vanilla dungeons to Mythic Plus and vanilla on max level when content is done. I would love to see them expand the 5-man scene in Classic, but I don't think people would like that. So Tuesday, Wednesday, that's correct. Yep, Tuesday, Wednesday, 7 Eastern to 11 Eastern. So what happened to Ash? Him and Visor quit. They claim they can't make the raids anymore. Any opinion on best class for someone who can't play a lot in Classic? Maybe 5 hours a week? Doesn't really matter. Whatever you want to play. 5 hours a week is not really going to be enough to get anything serious done in either version of the game. So just play whatever you enjoy the most. They need to keep classic or people are going to be pissed. Yeah, I don't think they should add any like Mythic Plus type content. One thing I would like to see though is if they made all the dungeons like heroic dungeons. So they made it so you can go and do dead mines at level 60. That would be amazing. But again, that will be different than classic, and that's not what people want. That would be my number one non-classic like change to make all dungeons something people could do at max level. Oh, I don't have this macro. You don't even really need it in classic because you just fight one mob at a time. It's funny. There we go. Works. Get ready for the classic shenanigans. Boom! Look at that. That's like classic PvP in a nutshell right there. Anyway, what else? Miss any other comments? Sick gameplay. Wow, yeah, it was pretty good. What slash play do you think I should be looking at to get to level 60? If it's exactly like it was on private servers, then I will be getting to 60 in about 6 days played. But like I think the average player, it's gonna take like 7 to 8 days played. I leveled when I leveled on private servers with a guy who we were working with on another project. He hadn't played classic in a long time, and it took him about 8 days played to get there. But he was playing a mage. Damage dealers are gonna level a lot quicker. I was leveling a warrior at the time, and it took me 6 days. So, 6 days played, correct? Yeah, not 6 days real time. But I was a big noob. Yeah, it's definitely not gonna take you. It's probably gonna take you like a month and a half to get to 60. Depends on how much you played, like especially if you're like you were joking about it killing your life. I don't know. If you can play every single day for like 6 to 8 hours, then you'll definitely do it in under a month. But for me on classic, it usually took me about a month and a half to get a character to 60, and that was fine because what I was doing was letting a lot of rested build up. Honestly, I really like letting a lot of rested build up. That's one of the main reasons why I think I'm gonna level 2 characters side by side, because I do want to let rested kind of carry me. Rested is extremely strong in classic because you get so much extra experience from mobs than you do on live WoW. It's like easily 5 times more experience per mob kill. So that's a really big deal. 10 is pretty normal for an average player. 10 days played. Yeah, I mean if 10 days played is your speed, then that's fine. Go for it. Fuck that. I'm going to use heirlooms. Heirlooms would be nuts in classic. They'd be so crazy. All right, bro. Back to the road I go. I'll catch the rest on YouTube. Sweet, man. Thanks for stopping by. We'll be live tomorrow and Wednesday again. Don't forget, guys. But if classic will stay classic for way too long without something new, then you know. Yep, I agree. I definitely think they have to come up with something to keep people interested. What are we at with this slash play? Yeah, 1.5 hour levels. This is perfect. This is really good. And this is all against mobs that I did not ever expect to be grinding. So. If you guys don't know me, I have very detailed grinding guides on Ace Games TV, but I've only really done it on Horde. I did it on Alliance later, higher level, but not on low level. So I didn't really know what to expect here. This is the first time I've grinded start to finish on Classic as a Paladin. So we'll see how this ends up. Is there no longer a login timer? Correct. Yeah, you can just stay in as long as you want now. Which I guess means that not as many people are playing it as they thought or something. I don't know. It depends when it actually launches. If it's during summer vacation, I have 2 months where I basically have nothing else to do. Gotcha, that's cool. Yeah, that'll be it, you know, depending on when. Honestly, I might change my whole summer based on this game's launch. We'll see what happens. I'm kind of hoping it comes out in like August or something though. I like to go on vacation in July, and it would suck if I missed the launch because of a vacation. Anyway. Do you think they should keep summoning stones in the game? Yeah, so I've heard that summoning stones can be used to summon people currently. Is that the case? If so, that should not be in the game. That is not how it was in Classic. And, I don't know. If it did stay that way, I would be fine with it, because I don't know. It was kind of stupid that it wasn't in the game, but I do think it kind of is a part, like a main part of Classic. So I do think it should be gone. I'll take the week off. I'm hoping for a July launch. Yeah, that's your free time, right, July? Either way, I'll be happy one way or the other. It's just whether or not it ruins my summer plans. But if we're going to BlizzCon again next year, then I need to just make that my vacation. Taking 2 vacations a year is not... I'm not that fucking... You know, I'm not making that much money. Let's put it that way. We need to start saving our money a little bit better. Anyway, what starting professions you think you'll choose? I won't do any professions until max level in Classic. My plan for max level in Classic, whatever my main is going to be, it's going to have alchemy and herbalism. But I will level with skinning. I will level with skinning to make extra money. I would really recommend if anybody's going to follow my grinding routes to use skinning as a massive supplantation for gold, because you're not going to get much, you know, you're going to basically get less gold than if you were just doing quests as well. And you could easily supplant that problem by just taking skinning. You should exclusively be grinding beasts. Right now I'm not, but it's because I'm still learning, but exclusively grinding beasts in Classic. Skinning every single one of them, selling them for a high amount of money. July, August, and most of September. Nice. What else? Oh, there we go, 17. So yeah, an hour and a half level. That's perfect. So you can definitely get at least one more level in today. I might just try to go to 19. See what happens here. Things are gonna get slower though as we go because we're gonna start getting less experience from these mobs. I don't think it's supposed to work this way, but it does seem to work this way. Anyway, just take an entire year of vacation. Honestly, I'm really hoping to be full-time by the summer, so I hope for this to be my full-time job by then, but I don't know why, but the week I was gone, things went like hella backwards. Lost like 5 patrons, although we just gained another one back today. Lost like 5 patrons. Revenue went way down on YouTube, but that's mainly because I didn't upload a video for a week. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Full-time streamer. Yeah, full-time YouTube personality. Let's put it that way. That would be my goal. If they only have Westfall at the moment, 19 is the cap currently. Green. 19 is as high as you can get. Still getting 130 per mob here, though. That's nice. So I guess my concerns were misplaced. I don't really know. I guess I was watching like a 17 fight a 15, and I thought just because it was yellow that it should still give 100 plus experience, but this is actually giving more experience than I expected. I'm pretty sure this is a little bit, it feels like a little bit more than you're supposed to be getting. I don't know though. Now this area is insane. I don't know if you guys were watching when I was playing Classic, but basically if you can come here with a high level character who's got an AoE ability, so either a mage, maybe a warlock, a paladin, you can do some insane things as long as you're playing something that also has an AoE ability. Basically what you do is somebody on a mount just runs around and gets like 50 of these mobs, brings them all together, and you just tag them with either an AoE ability, you know, you'd have to have an AoE ability because there's no reliable tag otherwise. But yeah, tag them, and then the guy one-shots them all, and you get like, we were getting like 20-minute levels. Banana was helping me, rip Banana. But anyway, do Paladins and Warlocks get free class mounts? That's correct, yep. At level 40, you get a mount for like 5 gold. It's just a trainable spell in 1.12. It's just a spell on your trainer, you know? Oh yeah, my favorite streamer is back. Jens, what's up, buddy? How's it going, man? How you doing? Do you think Blizzard should retune dungeon/raid content? Yes, I definitely think they should. That would be another one that I definitely think they should do. Can't help but meme here. Anyway, that is definitely one that I think they should do. Is completely retune all the PvE content in the game. Make it all about twice as hard, if you ask me. Maybe even 3 times as hard. To give some type of emulation. Give some type of relevance to progression. That's pretty OP, actually. Yeah, that's another main reason why I want to go. Paladin. But another thing to think about there is, like, a lot of classes don't even need mounts. Like, Shaman Druid, and Hunter all get significant speed boosts, especially out in the open world. So it's like you don't even really need a mount. Like, you know, a mount would be nice, but when I leveled my Shaman and Druid, I didn't buy a mount until I was 60. Because I'm just grinding anyway. Like, I don't know how you plan on leveling, but you're just grinding anyway. You don't really do any travel when you're grinding. So you don't, like, a mount is an extremely long cast time in Classic. It's twice as long as it is on Live. It's a 3-second cast. So you're not really going to mount up to move 60% faster with 3-second cast. That's just not worth it, you know? Do you need a mount to sit in Ironforge? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I remember that, yeah. The purest people would scream about retuning. Well, again, I feel like it's... Hey, Crazy Maria, welcome back. Thanks, I'm glad to be back, honestly. At Targo, I really think that it's something that you have to ask yourself. Do you want the game to be replayable and competitive, or do you want the game to be less popular and have less longevity? You know, that's really the question you're asking there if you're not interested in having anything retuned. Thanks a lot, man. Bo's $10 now. So there we go. We're clawing back onto Patreon now. Like I said, we lost, I think it was 5 or 6 patrons over the 6 days I was gone, but we just gained 2 back. We're getting close. We're getting there. That scared the shit out of me. Was it really loud? I feel like something's changed with my audio since I've been gone, but it's been so long that I don't know what. I don't think anything's changed, but I had my headset up. Oh, how was the flight? Yeah, it was honestly not bad at all. Let's see, the first trip I was just really nervous on, but I got there super fucking early. I was actually more nervous about the the security and all that stuff than the actual flying part of it. But I was a little nervous about the flying part of it too. And I'll tell you, that first time we landed, I was like freaking out, but that was cool. It was really good. I had 4 flights total, so now I feel like pretty comfortable with where I'm at in terms of flying. I don't want to do it again anytime soon, but I won't mind it. It was nice though. In first class, you know, so I was like, I don't know, the people, like the flight attendants were like really over generous, but I just tried to sit there and not freak out. So anyway, what was that your? Yeah, it was first time ever being on a plane. I was on a plane when I was very young, but I don't remember any of it. It's the first time ever being like past security in an airport. So, what about this? The takeoff in John Wayne Airport. Yeah, the takeoff and landing in John Wayne was certainly something. I'm not sure I would have noticed it if you didn't tell me about it before I left, but it was, yeah, very, very different. Like when I landed in John Wayne, the fucking airplane like bounced. It was crazy. And somebody's like bag or whatever, it was actually a book. I think it was a book. It just comes shooting up the fucking plane like, phew, right up the fucking aisle. Somebody didn't have it secured. So that was kind of funny. But yeah, I don't know. What else? There's something else that I wanted to tell you guys about. Did you take a Xanny? No, I don't take Xannies or Mollies. Don't compare me to Logic. Anyway, what else? Let's see. There was something else that I wanted to tell you guys about with the flight. But yeah, and the takeoff too was pretty nuts. Like it was like a roller coaster. It was like, ah, you're like, you could feel the plane going like upward. But yeah, when I was landing in the other airports, it was like no problems. Although landing in Denver the second time was kind of crazy. There was some bad weather, I guess, and the plane was like going like this. But yeah, I guess that's normal. Go listen to Sriracha. I know. I love that. Joyner Lucas, that dude's crazy. Anyway. Guess we need some mana, but we'll just chill. Who's taking mollies before getting on a plane? It's just a stupid joke that I don't know why I even made. I don't think most people would even understand it. Anyway, could you imagine like taking like fucking like some kind of like hard drug before you get in an airplane? Although I do wish I could have fallen asleep on the plane. I was tired, but I was really uncomfortable. The seats are not very comfortable, even in first class. The back is like really uncomfortable. It's like the wrong angle, I guess is the best way to describe it. Had me laughing. Haha. How you liking Classic? Yeah, I'm loving it, John. I mean, it's exactly what I expected it to be. No problems there. It's just, you know, it's a demo, so there's not really much point in playing currently. I think I'm going to go back to the good, to the non-shitty, yeah, so I guess add-ons are just disabled there, huh? And we're going to go back to the good graphics, because I like the classic graphics, but, oh, look at that. Just looks so much better, Jesus Christ. The game just looks so much better in 2018. You need to take melatonin. How I sleep for 15+ hour flights. Gotcha. You're going to be playing a Paladin Classic? I still can't decide. It's either going to be Paladin or Druid, but yeah, definitely one of the two. I'm probably going to just level both. Like, my plans, I'm going to start a Guild in Classic. I'm going to probably just take time to level both to 60 before I start doing any endgame stuff. And then, you know, like, while we're doing that, we'll be, like, recruiting for the Guild, streaming, blah, 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 getting ready for that. And, yeah. I don't know. We'll see where we're at after that. But I do like to do some. I would like to do some light raiding, especially when ZG comes out. I'll definitely be doing some light raiding in ZG. Maybe I could see myself doing 2 ZGs a week on 2 different characters. But Hoarder Alliance for Classic, I'll be Alliance just because Paladin. I'm going to be playing on an Alliance character on a PvE realm. I don't know. I'm not. If people really want to play on a PvP realm, I might consider it. It's just, I have a feeling for streaming it's not going to be fun, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Are you planning on tanking Classic? I'd like to do 5-man tanking and then 5-man tanking and then heal raids, just like I might have done on live for a long time. But yeah, definitely want to tank 5-mans. I've got a lot of interest in doing that as both Paladin and Druid. So I'll do that, and then, you know, we'll heal 5-man or raids or whatever. Why ally? Because Paladin is the only option, unfortunately. Asmongold was asked about PvP server or not, and he said you just can't as a streamer, pretty much. Yeah, I think everybody would agree. Like, all the top streamers on private servers pretty much couldn't. Like, I mean, if you guys watched me on Classic, you'd have seen it. Like, there was this group of like 5 people that literally just prevented me from playing the game, and they did it. I'm talking about like 5-6 days straight of 5 to 8 hour streams. They're just following me around, killing me. It's like, so really what that tells me is there's so little to do in Classic that they would rather just waste their time attacking a streamer than actually playing the game. And if that happens on private servers, that's one thing. I don't know if it's going to really be the case on live servers. And, you know, especially if they're sharding, maybe it won't even be possible. But I don't think it's worth the risk. I don't want to get started on a realm and then regret being on it, so I think I'll just pick a PvE realm. I always thought Pally tanks were useless in vanilla, or am I wrong? Yeah, Warrior is definitely the best tank for raids because it's, you know, got a taunt. Really, that's the big thing. But Pally tank, yeah, I would look into it, man. It's crazy. If you look at some of the Pally tanks that played on private servers, they're doing some insane things. It's just a lot. It's a lot more work, and you have to be a lot more geared and a lot more ready for it. And the group has to be a lot more aware of it. But Pally tanks, they can tank all content in the game. They're just, you know, going to be a little worse than Warrior. But the thing is, Pally tanks and 5-mans far superior. They are definitely the best 5-man tank. Having the extra buffs alone is insane, but they have just unlimited threat. Like, they have they will never lose threat. If you lose threat as a Paladin tank, you are not playing it well at all. You know, the only problem then is balancing mana, but you can make up for it pretty easily with just consumables. But either way, you just got to drink a little bit more than... Obviously, there's going to be a little bit more downtime. But the thing is, you're contributing so much DPS to the group as well. A Warrior is going to barely do like 50 DPS. A Warrior tank, that is. They're going to barely do 50 DPS in appropriate geared 5-man content. But a Paladin is going to do like 100 to 200 DPS. They're going to do almost as much DPS as actual damage dealers. So obviously, for us that play live, you know how valuable that is, right? When the tank is contributing that much DPS, it just makes the combat time so much shorter. So, I heard RP PvP server. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to actually have that kind of shit. I don't know what they're going to do about RP and shit. I hope people are bringing fresh pants with all this sharding talk. Yeah, it's sharding with a D, obviously. But not playing it well at all. That'll be me then. Well, it's just like, you basically have to be fucking clueless to not have threat as a Paladin tank. Just drop Consecrate and use Holy Shield, and that'll be it. But you could also metagame Seal of Righteous. Basically, if you use Seal of the Righteous well, it's basically a taunt. It'll do so much burst threat that as long as you're not super far behind, you will pull threat no matter what the situation is. Huh. That's a big piece right there. That's like a huge piece. God damn. That was like a massive upgrade. Strength and spirit. That's so nice. Alright, so there's no cast bars in Classic. You gotta watch the hands. Whenever the hands glow, that means they're casting. That's the only way to know they're interrupting unless you use add-ons. You're gonna, yeah, I'm definitely gonna play both, yeah. I mean, my focus is still gonna be live. Like, I love Blood DK way too much. But I definitely plan on playing both. I so loved the time. Was it Kata when Paladin says a glyph that meant consecrate? Oh yeah, that was a mop, I think. I remember that. That was definitely pretty cool. Dead medic. Oh, I forgot spirit was a thing. Spirit is like the best stat in the game for leveling a mana user, if you ask me. If you're leveling any type of thing that's going to use mana, I would try to get spirit on as much gear as possible. Because the less time you have to spend out of combat, the more experience per hour you'll gain. And I think there's even some classes that gain something from spirit as well. Maybe it's priest, mage, warlock, I can't remember. Something gains something from spirit. I think it's definitely priest. Priest has something in their talent tree, I know that much. But yeah. A little disadvantage for Paladin tanking is he can be mana hungry. Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, so you gotta balance that. It's not easy, but it is it's not nearly as bad as people think it is. You just have to use the judgments well, and you have to manage your threat a little bit more. And you need to probably swap, like, you need to use blessings and stuff as well times. Hey Metro, hey Tegro, what's up buddy? How's it going? We were just talking about you before. Why no quests? This is the way I plan on leveling. I plan on going 1 to 60 without doing any quests. Well, maybe not to 60, but at least to 40-ish without doing any quests. So the question is, it will always be classic or will they upgrade to TBC? Nah, they didn't. That was actually asked, sort of asked in at the Wowhead or the Wow panel, and they were like, "Listen, we're just focused on getting this out right now." And it's like, yeah, it's a good fucking question to answer that way, honestly. You were talking about me, yeah. We were talking about how you called that that subtlety rogue shit, where people would just be pulling massive amounts of trash to boost their single target damage. You called that all those months ago. Is it more efficient to grind, or are you just doing it for skinning? No, yeah, it's. I feel it's more efficient to grind. I have an entire video series on the topic on Ace Games TV, but the main reasons that people slow down in classic questing and classic leveling in general is because, one, they have to travel a lot. Anytime you're traveling, you're not gaining experience. 2, they die. Anytime you're dead, you're not gaining experience. And 3, they have to get lucky with like when you're questing, there's a lot of competition. There's, mob drop rates are bad. Like, you're relying on things that are out of your control. But when you grind, there's no travel whatsoever. You find a grind path and you stick to it and you never have to move, basically. This is not a great example of what I'm doing right now because I'm basically just fighting any mobs I can. But, this is still a grind route and it is working pretty well. No travel whatsoever. In terms of competition, there's none. Nobody is going to be attacking these mobs. As long as you attack the right type of mobs while you're grinding, you're not going to have any competition. There's not going to be any RNG involved. There's not going to be any way you cannot possibly gain experience as you're doing this. And then, obviously, the most important one is you'll never die. If you die while grinding, you're AFK. That's basically it. You should be pulling one mob at a time and making sure that you're efficiently taking down these mobs as well as you can be. But, when you're doing quests, there's going to be runners, there's going to be casters, there's going to be multi-pulls. You're going to die. And that's the thing that everybody remembers. They're like, oh, classic questing, classic leveling was so hard. It's ridiculous. I can't believe how hard it is. It's like, it's only hard if you make it hard. You know what I mean? I've leveled 1 to 45 in 3 days played without doing a single fucking quest. I find it faster. I think it's the best way to level in Classic. But people are like, oh, it's not. It's stupid. That's not the way to do it. Whatever. Then you can go die to quests and you know what I mean? Have to group up to do quests and I'll add, like, no thanks. I'm going to get experience and we'll meet you there. But have you heard how the new season fix works? No, I don't. Has there been info on that? Maybe in one of the interviews. I haven't seen it. What's your Mythic progress? Currently 3 of 8. Struggling to get 4, and now we need to replace some people, so we're going to go backwards for a while. I did 15 and 19 by doing quests and died a couple times, but the time spent waiting for mobs to respawn was insane. Yeah, exactly. And that's on this shit. Imagine what it's going to be like when there's like 1 million people playing. Are they going to implement the dynamics of vanilla? Harvesters can't be feared. Yes, they already said they will, Andrew. That should already be in the game, apparently. They talked about that at BlizzCon. When do you think the break point will be where you can begin to pull more than 1 mob at a time? Depends on the class. Way too heavy on depending on the class. The method interview with devs, they talked to... Oh, really? Oh, shit. How does it work? And that's the other thing that kind of sucks about BlizzCon is more info comes out in the interviews after BlizzCon than comes out during BlizzCon at times. Hopefully next year I'll be doing the interviewing. Yeah, the info revealed. Every 20% of trash, Bwansamdi comes and resurrects all the trash you killed, and the trash will come and get you. Oh, this happens 5 times per dungeon always. What the hell? Wow, that's interesting. What, they're gonna... Wow, that's very interesting. Can't drain life harvesters at the moment, so I assume you can't fear either. Gotcha, yeah, there you go. So that's already in the game then. If you go over the timer, something else will happen, lol. Oh, seriously? Yeah, so you hit the 20... Yeah. It's... so... That's all the trash? So what the fuck? That's insane. I'm so confused. So how are you going to deal with... How are you going to deal with it at the end? That doesn't even make sense. What the fuck? Is it only every 20%? Like, so, like... It's only the 20% that you just killed? That must be it, right? Surely it's not going to be every single mob. But so, like, after we killed the first 20%, then the next 20%, it's not going to res the first 20% again as well, right? There's no way. That would be ridiculous. That's going to be very interesting. I wonder how that's going to work. Does respawn trash count for count again? I imagine not. Gahoon mobs don't count for trash currently. Yeah, could you imagine if just like 100% of the dungeon was just back and you were fighting it all at once? Like, okay, well, that's a wipe. Would be interesting if the respawn ghost will also drop sanguine. Oh yeah, I wonder how that works. Oh, wait a second. Ghosts, are they not the exact mob type? Are they just like random new mobs that come instead? That would make a lot more sense. I guess they are some sort of weakened spirit, not rezzing everything. Yeah, I bet it's probably that way. I thought it was just like the actual mob comes back, but realistically it's probably not that way. It's probably just like the spawn of Gahoons. It's like a new mob type entirely. That sounds like a lot of fun for DPSs with a lot of AoE. Yeah, that's going to be nuts. If you're leveling Paladin to tank, what will you do in raids? Since Paladin has a terrible time, yeah, I'm going to heal in raids, obviously. Metro, will you go vanilla now or stay BFA? I will be playing both, yes. But vanilla will not be out for... This will be the last time I stream Classic on here in, for, what, 8 months? Well, I guess maybe if there's a beta. If there's a beta and we get into it, which I hope to be into it if there is one, obviously, but... I don't know. I don't... what would the point of a beta be? Like, I'm not going to level to 60 on a beta. That's not happening. Frost Mage is still OP, confirmed controlling ghosts. Yeah, for real. That's really exciting. I'm really excited for that. Man, I'm just so fucking excited for Mythic Plus, dude. Like, everything is just so exciting right now. Like, I'm loving Classic. I'm loving Live. 8.1 is going to come out. It's going to change everything about the things that I don't love about Live. It's just so... I can't wait. The future of WoW is just so bright. It's crazy. Finally, CC will be essential again. Well, I mean, it is right now. I don't know. Well, are we talking about Live or are we talking about Classic? You should check out, if you are talking about Classic, you should definitely check out Live. CC is more important in Live than it ever was in Classic now. CC and controlling mobs is way more important than it's ever been. With the Infested affix. I will miss the Infested affix, honestly. I wouldn't mind if Infested was just around for the entire thing, entire expansion, because I really feel like what it does for the dungeon is intangible. But unfortunately, most people don't do it the way it's supposed to be done, so kind of just trivializes things. Did they say when Warcraft 3 Reforging is going to be released? No, they just said it'll be in 2019. So hopefully it won't be in summer as well. I wouldn't mind if it was later or earlier because I would like to play it as well. At least, Metro, I love the fact that you're not a BFA hater. I mean, there's nothing to hate on, honestly. The people who, like, hate the game, I worry that they have even played it, honestly. So many of the complaints I see about BFA are just, like, you don't like the game. I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's not the expansion's fault. You just dislike World of Warcraft. Anyway, Metro, they also confirmed they are going to retune the dungeon difficulty. Oh, that's good. That's nice. That'd be interesting. When are they doing that, did they say? Because that's definitely a problem right now, right? Like, there's some dungeons that are just way harder. So that's good here. I think people really need to play 18 divided by 7. What the hell does that mean? BFA seems chill compared to Legion. I love it. It's really, it's real life friendly. Nice. Yeah, oh, is that, you're meant to mean like that many hours a week? I don't know. I don't really, like I said, most of the complaints I just don't understand about Live WoW. It doesn't really make any sense to me. So many of the complaints are basically just people don't like to play the video game. It's like, alright, well, if you don't like to play the video game, then I'm not sure how Blizzard could fix this. Anyway, they, just before they introduced a new affix. Oh, that's cool. So that'll be 8.1. Later in 8.1 then. Are they keeping stones and LFG? No. There will definitely not be LFG. I don't know about the stones, but I'd imagine not. That didn't get brought up at BlizzCon though, so I don't know. Do you recommend maybe a Demon Hunter tank or a Monk tank? I would recommend Blood DK, but play the tank that you enjoy the most. The one that you think you can play the best as well is more important than the one that people think is the best. Oh my god, you're playing a dwarf, but why? Yeah, I really like dwarf. If I'm going to play Alliance, I'm going to be a dwarf for sure. Dwarf and Night Elf are my favorite races in the game, and I'm glad to be able to play them on Classic. Dwarf best tank race? Yeah, oh yeah, I forgot about the dwarf ratio. I haven't used it yet today. Oh, I already have blacksmithing? What the fuck? Huh. That's odd. Alright, it's only an armor increase by 10% in Classic. That's not great. It's still be good for tanking, but 3-minute CD, it only lasts for 8 seconds, but that's good. I mean, it's definitely the best tanking CD in the game, without question. The fact that you could remove diseases and all that too is pretty nice. It's kind of like a budget AMS. It basically is a budget AMS. Anyway, honestly, though you have to admit there's not too much to do when you're above 380 geared, outside of some weekly upkeep in BFA right now. I mean, that's how it is in every expansion. If you're above the gear curve, then what do you want? Like, what do you want? I don't know. What is there? That's how it works in every expansion. But, I mean, that's a great thing about Titan Forging, that I can still get upgrades, you know, even that geared. You're not playing Horde anymore? For Classic, I'll have to be Alliance to be able to play a Paladin, so. Well, in live, Dwarf ratio is by far the best ratio for tanks. Yeah, I bet it's even better, because it's just a 10% damage reduction in live, right? 10% armor would be terrible in live. Oh, what do you think is so attractive about Classic? I don't think I need to sell it to you guys. If you have to ask yourself that question, then don't worry about it. If you don't think Classic is for you, then don't play it. But for me, the thing I like the most about Classic is that it's like really, I don't know. It feels like an RPG more than live. And that's something that I don't necessarily demand from live because, you know, the competitive elements of the game are so prominent and so fun. But I do miss the days, you know, like pally buffs and, you know, the interpersonal interactions that happen in Classic are something that I'll always enjoy. But really, the main reason I know I'll always love Classic is because I like the content. The, you know, the raids and the 5-mans in Classic are really fun. And a lot of them were removed in live, so I can't even go back to them if I wanted to. Let's go sell. I can't even go back to them if I wanted to, so that's a problem as well. But yeah, like class design and content design is something that I'll always love about Classic. Have you seen that Classic Cast interview with Classic devs? With the people who were originally Classic devs or the new Classic guys? Because no, I haven't seen either. I missed the grind for weapon appearances in Legion. Gotcha. Oh, what's your stance now on Classic? Hi, what's up, Theodorus? Yeah, I love it. I love Classic, guys. I've always loved it. If you guys don't know me, if you've only ever seen me stream on this channel, I used to stream a lot of Classic on Ace Games TV, another YouTube channel. But Paladin with its overheal for mana. I hope you understand that. What do you mean? Lolna at Nick. I learned a long time ago that I can always find stuff to do, alts especially. What? Oh, Dan Garen, we can't have the game running forever because you were fast. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm not sure what you expected to talk about there. Can Druid turn into trees? No. That's Wrath, I think. Tree form. Clay Thompson dropped 14-3. Yeah, I know. That was like the first day I was out there. That was nuts. What did you like most about the MDI at this BlizzCon? It was just crazy to see the new strats that people are coming up with. Honestly, it made me so, like, I was like, alright, I think I'm going to stop pugging and go make a group. Because it was, like, so exciting to see people do that shit. Like, that's all I was sitting there. I was watching these guys do that, and I'm like, maybe it's time to stop pugging. For real, like, I was like, god damn, that was really fun to watch. I honestly don't know what the hype is for Classic. Gotcha. Yeah, like I said, if it's not for you, it's not for you. It's no big deal. I'm not here to sell it to you. I enjoy it. Oh, right. Auto looting or sticky looting. Sticky targeting is what it's called. Where's that at? Turn that off. Anyway, yeah, I like Classic quite a lot. Like I said, it's a lot of content that you're not able to play currently, and a lot of class design that was really unique at the time. So the overheal tank Pally was in BC, not vanilla. Gotcha. If you need a warrior, rogue, or druid, hit me up. For what? Dan Garen was like top 10 EU mystery monks in 725, but the game really felt demanding, sucking more and more time out of me, and had to quit. BFA seems to have that fixed. Nice. That's cool. Thought it was before in vanilla. I'm not sure what you're even talking about. If you want to specify a little bit more, we could talk about it, but as of right now, I played a lot of Paladin vanilla. I know pretty much all the mechanics and how they interact with other classes, so I'm not worried about any of these things. Oh, for a key team, gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. I'd love to do more serious five-mans, but oops, what the fuck is that? Some kind of Discord overlay popped up? I had to turn that off. I don't know how that got turned on. Anyway, I'd like to get 15s of each. Yeah, that would be awesome. I would love to do that as well. I would love to see you form a stable Mythic Plus group. Yeah, me too. I honestly, it would be cool. But have you done a 15 yet? Not to completion, no. I was in 2 different 15s and both did not complete. Did not finish the key. Metro, I've given up on Prot Warrior. Block as a mechanic is so broken. A lot of stuff is not blockable and just wrecks you. Damn, that's a big change from last time when we talked. It's unfortunate. Since they said they're not retuning any classic stuff, is your guild going to welcome Ret? Yeah, I'm not going to worry about any of that shit. My guild, the guild I run, will just be whoever wants to play can play. I'm not worried about shit like that at all. A lot of that is just really overblown as well. Like, well, first of all, they didn't state that they weren't retuning anything, but anyway. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see, we read everything. Did you try Shaman yet? Nah, this is all I'll do today. You know, it's cool. I was all I really wanted to do is just get on here and test it out a bit and see how the stream reacted to Classic. But we'll probably, you know, we'll go for another couple hours to see where we're at. I wouldn't mind getting to 19, but there's pretty much no point to it. It's cool to be able to play this, but hey, Paul! God damn, what's up, man? Once you did King's Rest and all the magic damage and dots, ignoring your defenses is awful, yeah. It's funny, because that's where I remember doing King's Rest, and that was when you were telling me all about ignore pain. But I think the ignore pain changes are gonna be nice anyway. Did you crash hard when you got home? Yeah, honestly, I didn't. I don't know. I had read about this before I went out there that like when you're in an unfamiliar environment, you don't get the same kind of rest that you do when you're comfortable with your surroundings. It's basically like only like half your brain rests at a time to make sure that in case something bad happens, you could react to it. And I guess that was really building up over the time I was out there because I was never really getting 8 hours of sleep anyway. I was drinking a ton, so I was like hungover and shit. Like, I don't know, it was a mess. But like when I came back, I was like, I got back last night at like 2 a.m. and I was like, yeah, I guess, you know, I'm pretty tired. I'll get some sleep. I fell asleep at 2 a.m. I woke up at like 2 p.m. What the fuck? I didn't think I was that tired. And I'm still pretty tired. Like, I feel like I can go to sleep right now, honestly. But I'm not going to do that, obviously. Anyway, ignore pain does nothing against a dot that does 50k per second. Why not? I don't like vanilla, honestly. Classes are seriously not balanced, and especially in a PvP game, it's also not balanced at all. Gotcha. Yeah, I think for a lot of people, that's part of the charm. But I definitely understand your point 100%. Because ignore pain absorbs 30k damage and costs a shit ton of rage. Gotcha. But, I mean, why is there a dot doing 50k damage per second? What situation is that? I've not run into something like that. That would be a quarter of your health per second, wouldn't it? That's not really a realistic number. The Berserker dot in King's Rest? Eh, I guess, but that hits everybody really hard. I guess your point is that you can't block that, so your main form of defense is useless against it. Is that right? I don't know. That dot is strong against every tank, if you ask me, especially Death Knight. If you're not able to heal, like after the pack is over, you're pretty much just sitting there, requiring a bop or dropping a sugar-crusted fish feast. Yeah, but at least you can Death Strike up the damage. Block does nothing against it. Gotcha. I guess Duel's debuff after you get 3-4 stacks does that damage, but you have to get 3-4 healers to keep you up in there. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. It's funny, like, I'm sitting here thinking, like, man, this is so boring on paper, but it's just, like, there's something, like, I guess, cathartic about it. It's kind of just, like, you know what I mean? Like, kind of just sit back and chill out. That's what I love about Classic. It's, like, I don't feel like I'm in a rush in Classic. You know what I mean? I feel like I can go at the pace I want to go at. And you can do that in live, but it's really the position I'm in live. Uh-oh. It's really the position I'm in live. It's more the position I'm in live. If I basically like didn't raid or do anything like that, then it would probably be a lot different, but I would recommend a strength flask always for DK. Unless you're uncomfortable with your health pool, strength will always give you more. Even popping on my defensives, 2 stacks of Berserker just straight up kill me in seconds. Gotcha. Can bop the tank on Zul after they taunt swap too. Yeah, that's true. That helps. The only thing is, like, I don't know, like, how fun it would be just to watch me level. I don't know. It's the thing, like, I'm excited about Classic, but I just don't know if it's going to work out on stream. I feel like things only went well on stream back in the day because, like, it was private server shit. Like, there was a lot of drama and nonsense going on, so people were always tuning in. I don't know, we'll see. Pretty much the easiest way to handle it on Mythic. Nice. What are your thoughts on them doing stage content in Classic? And I'm sorry if you already asked this question. No, I haven't been, I don't think. Yeah, I think that's pretty much mandatory. I don't think that's an option, unfortunately. You can't really release all 4 raids at once. It's going to trivialize the progression. Let's not talk about the Zul fight in King's Rest. That thing is brutal to survive. Yeah, that was the one that I actually really noticed when I was playing my warrior. I was just getting farmed. I think we wiped like 3 times to that. Actually, it was even worse as bear. I think it was bear that I wiped 3 times to that one. It might have been bear. Because it's just you don't actually have any magic defense. So as long as you keep wisdom up, you can kind of just let it balance out, take a little bit more damage, but you'll heal. You know, you kind of just want to try to get ahead, but while still gaining experience. Anytime you have to stop to drink as a mage, like a mage or, you know, basically anytime you have to stop to drink on any mana user, you're doing something wrong. But you got to balance it. It's tough to balance. It's like, is it better to just nuke 5 mobs down and then drink to full for 30 seconds? Or is it better to go 1 at a time and never drink? You know, I don't know. You have to measure it out. I wish they would stagger Dire Maul's release from Classic. MC is going to be easier with gear from there. I mean, MC is already a joke, and it's going to be even easier than it should be because I assume they're not going to change the items like they would have on a private server. I don't know what they're going to do, but like if you guys played private servers, you would know that they try to change the items because apparently items changed at some point. And that is a big reason why it's pretty much the only thing that makes like the early raids even remotely difficult. It's just poor itemization on certain types of gear. But yeah, I mean 5-mans are gonna give significantly better gear than they would. I don't know. It's not gonna be challenging. That's I think hopefully everybody will come to realize that like Classic is not going to be challenging, no matter what they do to it. They would have to completely retune all PvE. Which I would be a very, very big supporter of them doing, but I don't think they're going to. I would love a Classic version where the gameplay is actually fast-paced and entertaining. Gotcha. Yeah, that wouldn't really be Classic. But you know what I've said for a while? I would love a TBC client where basically use TBC's everything, but in Classic content, like level cap at 60, you know? That would be the thing that I would like the most, to be honest. So, it's not gonna happen, but that would be the thing that I would like the most. Because I feel like TBC class design and some of the other stuff is just way better. But my question was, to be more clear, is what are your thoughts on how they are doing the stage content? Well, we don't really know how they're doing it. But again, it's just like it was on a private server, so not really sure what you're asking. This is exactly how the private servers did it, and I think it worked pretty well for them. You could drastically increase the attack speed, for example, and lower damage to compensate. Make it feel fast. Yeah, it's just, again, not Classic, so wouldn't really make much sense. You'd definitely have to retune everything. It would make some classes like rogues and warriors just way even stronger than they already are as well. Shaman too. Shaman would be like one of the best damage dealers in the game if you did that. Agreed, I'd be way more excited for a TBC release. Yeah, TBC is definitely my favorite old expansion, but TBC endgame is what's crazy, like what I really like. TBC early game is just basically a worse version of Classic, so it's like I think Classic is the right product to release here because early game Classic is something that, you know, pretty much doesn't exist in live WoW, and it's different enough from the live game. Whereas TBC is kind of just a watered down version of the live game. A lot of the stuff that's good about the live game is also in TBC. Whereas in Classic, pretty much nothing is similar. So, I don't know. TBC would be a great thing to have as well, but it would basically, I would only play it if you can just basically start at 70. If you had to level through all the Classic content in TBC, I think that would be pretty stupid. That's the thing that I always hated about certain private servers. It was like a 1x TBC realm is just no way. I will never play that. There's no fucking point. You're basically just playing Classic for a couple days played just until you can actually get to TBC stuff. I always like the ones that started you at 58 or 60 or at least the ones that had like 3x leveling. Those ones were fine. I played on a lot of those that was like just 3x experience so you can get through the shit you didn't want to get through as quick as possible. But I think the start at 58 ones are probably the best ones. Feels more like what a private server should have always offered as well. Like, I don't know. People who want to play private servers like they're the live game, I never really understood it. I guess it makes sense because it's really the only option for some, but... How big of a factor do you think nostalgia is for? Oh, it's a huge factor, 100%. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise, including me. There's things that I like about Classic objectively, but a lot of why I like the game is because it just reminds me of a different day, you know? It's every single person. There's not going to be anybody who... Like, even if it's not something that you remember, like, people will be like, I never even played Classic before. How is it nostalgia? Because you're fondly reminiscing about a time when gaming was different. That's what Classic is. It's a fond reminder of how gaming used to be. It's not that way anymore. You know what I mean? And, you know, for better or for worse, that's where we are in 2018. So it's good to be able to revive the past a little bit here. But how you liking Classic? I couldn't get into it. Yeah, I'm loving Classic. I, again, played a lot of Classic, so... I already know everything about it, and I know I will like it, and I will play it a lot. The only problem with 3x level is you don't make enough gold to pay for your spells for the pace of leveling. It's not really a problem, though, is it? Like, yeah, you can just take your time leveling if you want. Anyway, I'd be happy with TBC class balance. Not great, but better than vanilla. That's the biggest turnoff for Classic. Yeah, exactly. That is a big turnoff for me as well. You know, the tanks situations in general are a lot more fun in TBC, if you ask me. How old are you? 29 currently. I'll ding 30 in March. Thinking about getting into Classic because I didn't play until TBC. Nice. Yeah, it's definitely like, it's also great for like a museum aspect. Like if you just want to see what it was like, then yeah, you check it out. Depends how fondly you remember TBC though. You might end up disliking Classic because of that. I feel like a lot of people who are like really hardcore TBC fans really dislike Classic. Because the things that are great about TBC are not great about Classic. Let's put it that way. Honestly, even TBC to Classic is a very different product. Just like the focus on endgame and, you know, things like the badge system and the daily heroics and all that. Like, I just love the TBC 5-mans. I wish there was, I don't know. Makes me want to go play TBC now. Classic 5-mans are fun, but there's no reason to replay them, and it gets really stale really quick. You basically have to, like, be a RPer to replay some of the Classic content, and it's kind of shitty. Either that or a noob. There's a lot of noobs out there, obviously, but it's like, I don't know. You're not really gonna, there's, like, no competitive reason to redo that kind of content in Classic, and that's what sucks. Can't wait to see the old glory of two-handed Wind Fury Shamans in World PvP. Yeah, we'll see about that. I didn't really happen that way on the private servers I played. A lot of the Shamans used one-handers with Flame Tongue. Apparently it was just like a DPS, like a more consistent DPS increase. Do you only grind mobs in Classic? I would do some dungeons if it was possible. Not possible today, but... Yeah, dungeons are alright if there's... The thing about dungeons is, again, you have to wait. Like, basically, dungeons would be good if you can just start them as soon as everybody was ready to go. But it's almost never that way. The only dungeons that ever work out that way are the ones that are in the zones that you're already in, and you build a group in the zone. If that happened, like, you know, if I was in this zone and people wanted to do the Dire or Dead Mines, whatever it is. I always say DM and then think Dire Maul. But anyway, if somebody wanted to do Dead Mines, I would totally do it. As long as all 5 people were already in this zone, I would do it. But if people are in like fucking the other continent and shit, and you're just sitting there waiting for them, getting way less experience by being in a 4-man group, it's just not worth it. Like, no matter how much you get out of the dungeon, it's not gonna overcome the amount that you just lost. So, wasn't Prop Pally AoE leveling good in vanilla? I think it's overvalued. I think a lot of people think it's better than it is, but it is, yeah. Multi-target grinding, let's put it that way. Like cleave grinding is actually really good for Paladin. Especially once you get, like, if you have a good shield spike and you have these talents here, plus Sanctuary and Reckoning, then it's extremely good. Extremely good. You're going to do more DPS as a prop pally than you ever could as a rep pally that way. But it does require a lot of specific gear. And you want to have a weapon with a proc on it, a damage proc on it, because that damage proc can also proc Judgment. So when you get those 5 extra swings every time you're sitting with Reckoning, it will it could also proc extra judgments from the weapon swing, which is a really big deal. So basically, if you get lucky and you have all that, you're gonna basically just nuke one mob. You'll like hit a mob for like probably like 3/4 of its health every time you do that. If you have the right weapon and you get lucky. But that's something that makes Paladin, like, you want to level it last, basically. You know, you want to put as much gold into it as possible, and then you could fucking destroy things. But there is a quest. Now I think it might be Horde only. I'm not actually, no, it can't be Horde only if Paladins were doing it. Oh, crit. What? There's no crit. I guess that's a bug. Anyway, that looked funny. Crit, what the hell? What is supposed to be on that? Agi, right? Of the tiger, that should be Agi. But anyway, what was I saying? I don't know. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's a quest that gives a weapon enchant. So you can get that weapon enchant on your weapon. It's in the Badlands, that quest. I think it gives you like, I can't remember, maybe it's only one weapon, but basically around level 40 there's a weapon that you're gonna get that you could actually stick with from 40 to 60. So you get that and then go do that quest, and then you'll have a free weapon enchant. And so I'm saying that, but it's not even what I'm talking about. The weapon enchant can proc as well. So if you have a weapon enchant and a weapon with a proc, the weapon proc, the weapon enchant, they can both proc judgments. So if they both proc constantly, you're getting free judgments. Or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe it's the judgment that can proc the other. I don't know. It's confusing. There's a lot of complication there. But Atom Bomb. Did they remove the 1 hour restriction? Yeah, that was removed like the first day. So. I love the grass moving. It's just so nice. The only thing I wish, Inky Black Potion. If I had Inky Black in Classic, I could do, how's it? Console. There we go. Look at that. Action Cam in Classic, lol. Anyway, maybe they could add an extra level of difficulty options like Mythic for vanilla raids. Yeah, they're not going to do that. It would be cool if they completely rebalance all the classic content, but adding extra difficulty is not a good idea. The only thing that sucks about Action Cam is when you aggro something that you don't realize you aggro, it just like rips your character over there. That's the only thing I hate about Action Cam. Oh, that was not the right button. Fuck. I feel like that's lasting longer than it should as well. I'm pretty sure rank 1 of this was only 2 seconds long. Not 6 seconds, surely. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Action Cam's kind of cool. I wonder if, I guess they'll allow it? I don't know. Wonder how that'll work in Classic. Makes leveling a little bit more exciting, at least. I don't know. I like action camera, but the reason I don't use it ever is because whenever you aggro something that you don't want to aggro, like you run by something, it just rips your camera to the side and just makes me feel like I don't like that at all. Looks dumb. For anyone that wanted to see the next two-hander Warforge or Wind Fury, I was talking about in vanilla. What do you mean? What is the most fun class to level? My opinion, it's Priest. I feel like Priest is they have the coolest toolkit to level. Although Mage is actually really cool too, but I don't like how often Mage has to drink. That's the main reason I wouldn't level a Mage. But yeah, Mage is actually really cool. They can do some insane grinding. Basically, if you're on a server by yourself as a Mage, you can do some insane things while leveling. But the thing that I've had the most fun with in terms of leveling in Classic is actually something that would require a high-level player to help you. Mob tagging in Classic is extremely good. Obviously, as you can tell, you gain a lot of experience just from killing mobs. So imagine if every time I pulled one of these mobs, they got one shot, right? And then imagine what happens if I pulled multiple mobs and they got one shot. That would be insane. So there is a way you can do that. As long as you're leveling something that has some type of AoE, like really Paladin or Mage is the only... I don't think Warlock gets it anytime soon. I'm not really sure what the options are there. But regardless, something that could aggro and tag multiple mobs, what you do is you have a max level player on a mount, go and gather all the mobs up, gather like 50 mobs, and then you just, as a mage, I would frost nova them and then walk away, and then the max level character would kill them all. As long as I get the tag, they're going to give me full experience, and that would be like, we'd basically be getting like a third of a level every pull, so... As a hunter, I think you don't have to drink at all while leveling. That's correct, yep. Hunters should not have to drink. Priest with a good wand was amazing. Nice, yeah, Priest is really fun. I really like Priest leveling. What's your thoughts on locks in Classic? I think they're the strongest leveler in Classic. And I think they're a very, very, very good thing to have at max level as well. I think they have arguably the second best utility kit, which utility in Classic is very different than utility in Legion or BFA, but yeah, utility in Classic comes down to out-of-combat utility a lot of times, and I think Warlock have the best ones. Summoning is so fucking valuable. If I was going to play a damage dealer, it would definitely be a Warlock in Classic because it is so valuable. And they can do some insane things too there. They're not as cool as mages and hunters with their soloing, but, you know, the pet can be very bulky. It can do a lot. And if you do it well, they can AoE grind. Just the pet just needs to not die. Hey, Nacho! What's up, man? How's it going? What's an annoying class to deal with? On PVO? What? What do you mean? PvE or PvP, I guess is what you're talking about? I don't know. I don't PvP. Oreo! What's up, guys? How we doing? How was your BlizzCon? Turn on that auto loop? Maybe I'll turn it on. This is going to be... Once I finish this level, I'm probably going to go, so... This will be the last... Might as well experiment with some things here. Getting excited for Great excited for Warcraft 3. Yeah, Warcraft 3 is awesome. I can't wait for that. Let's turn auto loot on. Yeah, PvP. Sorry, gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. Don't PvP. Classic WoW was actually designed to be a mob grind. Quests were added later as a bonus. Yeah, honestly, it does feel like grinding is the way to do it. Alright, auto loot. Huh. I'm just so used to not auto looting in Classic. But I guess no reason to get unused to it now. We're never going to play private servers again, and I have a feeling they're going to leave it in for actual Classic. Action cam in vanilla? Yeah, it's technically a 7.3.5 client, so you can use action cam. I love action cam, honestly. My only complaint and the thing that stops me from using it day to day is just how often you run by a mob and it aggroes you and your head just fucking rips to the side. If there was a way to turn that off, I would use action cam all day, every day. Maybe even in 5-mans and stuff. Isn't shift the default auto loot? Yep. By default, yeah. But obviously not having to hold shift is really nice. Oh, what am I doing? I'm like trying to mount up. Anyway, do you never quest though? Not even easy quests? No, questing is not, it's not worth it if you ask me. I'll do quests, like, it's not worth it until you get a mount or until quests start becoming a lot more plentiful, let's put it that way. There's far too few quests to consider doing them over and over again in Classic. So the first time I start doing quests is around Feralus. I'll do some Dustwall and Marsh ones, Feralus ones, and yeah, Feralus ones are where it really starts to pop off. Well, at least as Horde, I don't know. As Alliance, I don't know what I'm gonna do because I've never really, I don't know. It's been a while since I've properly leveled on Alliance, but yeah, there's an area in Feralus as Horde that is extremely high density. It's just, you can just get quest after quest after quest after quest. In fact, a lot of those quests are actually still there. When we did the Naked Leveling Challenge, we actually did a lot of those quests again, so. You probably have all the mats for the Gortas Pie quest for the Farmer's Wife? Gotcha. Yeah, maybe. I don't know anything about that quest. Doesn't matter for here, but I don't know what. Oh, what? Oh, didn't realize there was a person here. But anyway, when I do this for real, I will not be in this zone. I will be leveling in Dulcimar or whatever. The spells don't look like Classic. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are not. I'm not sure, actually. I think they're using the new animations, if I remember somebody saying that. I like old Thousand Needles. Yeah, Thousand Needles is pretty crazy. Sorry if someone asked. Lone Axe, what's up? Is demo available for all? It's available for anybody who had the virtual ticket. Basically, it's something that would have only been playable at BlizzCon, but they allowed anybody with the virtual ticket a chance to play it as a kind of like a generosity thing. And there is no way to use the old animations. Why is that? Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, but I mean, a lot of these animations are the same. I don't know. Like, that is definitely the animation of using spells, and so is that. That is definitely the Holy Light animation from Classic. I don't know if it's updated in texture or something, but it is the same appearance. Ha ha, Bobby, is Mage fun in Classic demo? No. Mage is very fun in vanilla. Yeah, okay, dude. I'll take your word for it. I'll believe that when I see it, I mean. Super strong, but you gotta know how to kite? No. The Judgment appearance isn't the same? That's what I meant? Oh, really? Let's take a look. Are you sure? What is it supposed to look like? It's a timer. Yeah, it's been lifted. It was lifted like Friday night, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure why it was ever on in the first place, honestly. Seems like they were never going to have any problems with it. Yes, Metro. Hey, Ceraciel, what's up, man? Yeah, 2019. Very excited. That is the target for me to be full-time one way or the other, hopefully, when Classic comes out. What is the number 5 spell on your bar? That is Seal of the Crusader. Af Silverstake. What's up, man? How's it going? Try never to overheal as well. When you're leveling, you want to try not to overheal. Any wasted mana is going to be wasted time. Anyway, Judgment of Righteousness doesn't look like it did back in the day, but I'm not going to be overly negative. Gotcha. Wait. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. Why, what is it supposed to look like? Not a yellow light, I guess. How fast do you get bored of Classic? I don't really ever get bored of Classic. That's the thing. It's like kind of just like cathartic, like especially grinding. I don't really enjoy it. That's the thing. It's not something that I'm excited to do every time I log in. But it's like there's times where I'm like, I'm good for it. You know what I mean? Like I can just do it for hours. It's really nice off stream, honestly. On stream is cool just because it's like I can literally just talk and read. Like I don't even have my hands on the keyboard. That's it. I don't even have to, as a paladin, I don't even have to have my hand on the keyboard to level. While classic leveling is so therapeutic, yeah, for real. It's just kind of like, I don't know. It's really relaxing. Whereas even in live WoW, I really do like the leveling in live WoW, but you can't just auto attack and kill things. I literally, you know, especially as a paladin, I could literally go 1 to 60 without ever putting my hand on the keyboard. Well, once I engage combat, like once I set up judgments, then I'm good. The mob is gonna die before judgment or whatever seal of righteousness like falls off, so we're all set. It's just all auto attack stuff. I'm gonna be a Tauren warrior. Oh, all right. Well, again, I'll remind you guys if you're looking to play classic with me, I will be leveling. I will be starting a guild on Alliance, on a PvE realm, very, very likely. Hey, Billy, what's up, man? I'll be making an alliance on a PvE realm. So if you guys are looking to play on US with us, let me know. I have a guild that hopefully, you know, it's just kind of like a fun guild. You can just hang out, and we'll do some light raiding once we have the appropriate numbers. But it'll never be like a serious progression guild like I might have on live. I'm down to join your guild. Sweet. Yeah. Well, when the time comes, roll an alliance on whatever realm we're on, and we'll talk about that as well. Try to find the most popular PvE realm, and we'll see where we're at. Hey, man, just found your channel. Love your content. Big follow. Sweet. Heinrich. Thanks, man. I want to be a paladin, and I want to raid, but I don't want to be a dwarf. You could be an alliance, or I mean, you could be a human. Might do both. How was BlizzCon, dude? It was awesome. Yeah, I don't know. Have you guys talked to Sai yet? I don't know when he's gotten back, but it was pretty crazy. California was nuts, honestly. But it was, I don't know, some things I was disappointed with at BlizzCon. So it was good, but I'm very, very, very happy to be home. Let's put it that way. Alex K's Productions has subscribed. Welcome. What really burns me out on BFA leveling is that you get a full DPS rotation at the start. The only thing you look forward to is some easy talents, because the rest, yeah, that I agree, 100%. I think they need to, and I think, you know, that was asked at the WoW panel, and I do think they understand that there might be some way to fix that. So we'll see if it happens. The old WoW really has that anticipation of finally getting those targets for power spikes. I'm a hit or miss on that. Like, I don't know. The power spikes are nice, but it really, there's some classes that really fucking, like Warrior especially. Warrior really sucks sub 40. And then as soon as they're 40, they're just a fucking wrecking machine. It's unbelievable. Is this an out-of-season April Fool's joke? God, that was such a mess. Do you have max graphics? Yes, currently 10 of 10 on graphics. Why dwarf pally over human? Stone form. Did you try the recreational medicine? No. Spirit doesn't matter for paladin healing at all. Spirit is really good for leveling, but yeah, obviously for healing it doesn't matter. Don't you have a phone? Yeah, it's my phone's right here. Diablo Immortal though, lol. Yeah, I feel bad about the whole thing. Honestly, from what I've heard, it's actually a pretty fun game, but it's just not the announcement that they should have made at BlizzCon. Yeah, paladins have it's through crit, yeah. But you know, you get some crit from intellect, so that's nice. The more you crit, the more mana you get back, so that's pretty good. I fucking love paladin in classic, honestly. I like paladin in classic almost as much as I like DK in live. It's crazy. They wouldn't get nearly the backlash. I agree. Yep. People were there. The people who were there are PC gamers, first and foremost, you know? So, yeah, that was pretty unfortunate. The thing that bothers me is they clearly have something in the works for PC, or at least something else in the works, one way or the other, and they're just not willing to announce any of it. It's like, come on, guys. Even, like, you know, even Bethesda, they announced Elder Scrolls 6 when they're, like, literally not anywhere close to being ready for it. But, I don't know. Time to get your emulator, boys. Yeah, you can actually, something that a lot of people don't realize is you can actually get an Android emulator for PC. I did it all the time for, I can't remember, there was some kind of app that was only for Android. Can't remember what it was, a long time ago. But it's called BlueStacks. At least it used to be. I don't know, maybe there's a new one, but yeah, so you will be able to play that game on your computer, but it's like not official support. So Grindr, Yeah, I'm doing some grinding currently, yeah. I emulated Heroes Call on Android. Oh, that's cool. So did you use BlueStacks? BlueStacks is still prominent, yeah, together with Nox. Gotcha. Is Rep playable in Classic? Yes. Really? Yeah, really, yeah. You can get an emulator for Android. I don't know how purchasing things work on there. I've never actually done it properly. I just used... can't remember. It was just so I could talk. There was some kind of like chat app that people were using at the time. Blue something, I can't remember. Yeah, BlueStacks is the name of it, yeah. I still have it on my laptop, but... anyway, BlueStacks. I remember using that like 4 years ago when I was into Clash of Clans. I wanted to play on PC. Gotcha. I enjoyed playing Pokemon Go on emulator. It was after I did it the right way. Gotcha. Oh, right, yeah. Because like Pokemon Go on a computer is kind of pointless, right? That's funny. Diablo might need a little better 3D acceleration than you can do through an emulator. Oh, really? Yeah, I don't know anything about that, but regardless, it's still a disappointing announcement for sure. I would have been happier if they announced their own like handheld gaming console, honestly, and put it on that, because phones are so hit or miss, man. Like Hearthstone on mobile is like, it's so weird. Like it doesn't work on the phone. It's so bad. You can't see the cards. You know what I mean? The fucking screen is so small that you can't actually see the cards on your phone. Whereas on my tablet, it's perfect. It's like the proper game. But I don't know. I need something more immersive on the can, so I'm okay with it. Gotcha. Yeah, that's what I love about Pokemon ROM hacks. Honestly, I was talking to Sai about this, but if you guys are interested in Pokemon at all, I would check out a ROM hack called Pokemon Crystal Clear. It's a really divisive ROM hack for the community right now, but I would look into it. It's actually really cool. It's like an open world version of Crystal where you can do anything in any order. It's actually really fun. And it feels like it has spawned a great competitive element too. Like speedrunning it is really interesting when you don't have to do things in order. Like your typical Pokemon speedrun is like, you know where you're going at all times, but in Crystal Clear you can do whatever the hell you want. So I bet there's a lot of different ways to maximize the routes. Why isn't there a debuff that's going to log you out within an hour? Because it was lifted like the first day. It was lifted like Friday night. Before we went to BlizzCon Saturday, it had already been lifted. Well, what do you like most about Paladin Classic? Yeah, for me, it's just the buffs and everything. Buffs, seals, and auras. Those are my favorite things. It's mostly the support power they have. Yeah, the flavor. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like they're just so unique. I don't know. A lot of it is nostalgia, honestly. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like, I remember being a warrior and being like, I didn't realize how cool Pally was at the time. When I was playing actual Classic, I remember being a warrior and being like, man, Pallies are the best healers. They bring, like, they help me with threat. They bring mana. Like, it's like, it was just so valuable. But yeah, Judgment of, what's it called? The threat reduction judgment? Salvation? No. Yeah, is it Salvation? I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, Salvation, yeah. That is like so good. Was Pally a hero class? It basically was, honestly. Path of Exile announced PS4 version today. Top comment and trailer is, what the fuck, GGG? Don't you have a phone? Oh, wow, that's funny. PS4 version for Path of Exile, huh? So I'd love to get into these. That's why I was really hoping for a D2 remaster, because I thought it would be the perfect time to try to get into these types of games. But Path of Exile seems like a really cool game. It's just, I don't really have time to play it, and it's so, I feel like it's so big and so well established. It would take me forever to get used to everything. Blessing of Sanctuary? No, Sanctuary is the tank one. I think it's called Blessing of Salvation. Yeah, that's it. There isn't a threat judgment. Correct, yeah. Wrath Paladin was my favorite. Old school enough with the auras and seals, but interactive enough with the new spells like Divine Storm. Gotcha. Yeah, I never played Wrath, but I heard it was really good. So where are we at? This is gonna be an even quicker. Well, it's probably end up about an hour and a half levels. So we're getting hour and a half levels from pure grinding on the beta. Is anyone getting significantly better than that? It was like holy damage, sanctity. Sorry, it was a Shakaden build in BC. You would toss it on your Pally tank and you almost never lose threat. Sanctity is an aura. It's in the game currently. Sanctity aura. It's very. That's another reason that Alliance is really fun as a prop Pally. If as a prop Pally you could run with a rep Pally, Sanctity aura is gonna be so overpowered. You'll never lose threat with Sanctity aura. Welcome back. Hey John, I'm glad to be back. Honestly. You're using high quality graphics, correct? Yeah. Max 10 out of 10 graphics. Is 19 still the cap? I guess so, yeah. I'm pretty sure. How are you gonna level your Paladin as first character? Two-handed and red spec? No, I'm gonna do tank, yeah. I won't be able to do it with, like, I won't be able to afford, like, shield spikes and stuff, but I think it's still the better way to level, even, I don't know, though. We'll see. I have no idea what I'm gonna do. Sitting here talking about leveling a Paladin first, it just sounds asinine. Like, I can't believe I would even consider it, so I don't know what I'm going to do. You look tired. I am kind of tired, to be honest. I slept a ton last night, but I am still pretty tired. More so, I'd say I look like I'm playing Classic. Like, it's just kind of boring. Like, I'm not bored, don't get it wrong, but there's just nothing, like, elevating my heart rate, you know what I'm saying? Like there is on live. Get in late? Yeah, I got in at 2 a.m. last night. How to level in vanilla? No, stay away from groups, honestly. Groups are the bane, like, groups are the noob trap in vanilla. You want to stay away from groups at all costs. The amount of experience you get from kills is huge. It is definitely more valuable than quest experience. And, you know, even, you know, people who do quest a lot, you'll hear them say things like, you should, oh, look at that. Goddamn. It's a good fucking shield, holy shit. Anyway, they'll say things like you should grind on your way to the quests, which pretty much just confirms that grinding is like the best way to level. But anyway, yeah, when you're in a group, you gain significantly less experience from mob kills. So, how much do you drink? How much do you drink when you do? What, you mean alcohol? Or are you talking about in WoW? Orc Rogue for me, man. Please make a Horde guild so I can play with you. Yeah, I'm gonna stick to Alliance, I think. I really want to play Paladin one way or the other, so it's gonna have to be Alliance. Do you know anything about Blood Decay in the new raid? Viable for Mythic progress? In the new raid being old tier or in the new raid being next tier? Right now it's very, very viable, yes. Jet lag and time change plus daylight savings get you? Not really. I don't know. I don't really know what jet lag is or what it's supposed to feel like, but I don't really feel the effects of it currently. I'm just tired, and I think the only reason I'm tired is because I didn't sleep very well while I was out there. You know, even the last day, Sai left really early. He left at like 6 a.m., so I was woken up early by that. Like, it was, you know, I just didn't get a lot of sleep while I was out there. Booze, IRL. I drink a lot. Let's put it that way. What are the limitations set by Blizzard in Classic for add-ons? None currently, but add-ons just don't work right now, so I don't know what they're going to do. They talked about this at the Classic panel, though. You should check that out. New raid in 8.1.5. Gotcha. Yeah, who knows? I don't know. I mean, it's not out yet. It's very limited testing, so we don't know. I mean, every tank is viable for everything in live WoW. There's no question about that. If I'm an herbalist / skinner, is Sanguicell useless for me? For now, yes. It'll be more useless or more useful in 8.1. I hope you got to see some cool sights outside. Sort of. Honestly, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I was pretty disappointed with California. At least Irvine, it was really not. I don't know. I guess I kind of thought we were going to Los Angeles, and we did not go. Obviously, did not go to Los Angeles. Like, Irvine is. I don't know if you guys know much about Irvine, but it's really not a very scenic area. Let's put it that way. Cali sucks. Why is it more useful in 8.1? They're adding a bunch of new patterns for it. Did Sai at least leave a mint on the pillow? No. You make good money playing WoW. You mean streaming WoW and stuff. Yeah, it's okay. Could definitely be better. And that's, you know, I'm still doing YouTube part-time, but hopefully within the next, you know, 6 to 8 months, I definitely will be doing this full-time. It's going a little bit slower than I would have hoped, but I'm still on track, I think, to do it full-time by the end of this year. But we'll see. We lost a lot of patrons. I'm not sure why. I was gone for, like, I guess because the month turned over, but I was gone for like 5 days and we lost like 6 patrons. And then YouTube revenue is down like fucking $200 because I didn't make any videos for like a week. So But well, that's something that we could easily catch up. That's not a problem. It's just we got to get back to it. Land hands on a 1 hour cooldown. That's correct. Yep. There's a talent that you could reduce it, I believe, in Holy, but not by a lot. Oh, it's actually by 20 minutes. That's pretty good. But it uses 100% of your mana, so it's not really a spell that's ever going to have efficacy. Definitely nothing like Holy Paladin on live. Land Hands is one of those iconic spells, though, so I'm glad that they kept it relevant in live. Prot Warrior and Bear Druids are not viable in high-level King's Rest keys. I would disagree entirely. This doesn't look as easy as Wrath grinding at all. That's what people were saying. Oh, it's extreme. I mean, what do you think looks hard about it? I'm literally, I don't even have my hand on the keyboard. I'm getting an hour and a half levels without like any preparation. Literally just walking from mob to mob. Land hands not being on the GCD is such a godsend. Gotcha. Yeah, that's one that really needs to be off the GCD, right? I'm not even using my stun either. It's kind of not worth using it though. It uses a lot of mana. Oh! Pay this gamer. Thanks, John. Saved many of tanks in BFA. Yeah, but
Pay this gamer.
Thanks a lot, man. I mean, in terms of how the mob damage in Tune, they were saying it was more like Wrath than true vanilla. Oh, yeah, I don't know who said that. I feel like a lot of people just, I don't know. I'm not really sure what they're talking about. A lot of people have been complaining about this, and it's like, I don't know. I question how much experience I actually have because I've done a lot of grinding, and this feels exactly like Classic. Maybe it's a bit faster, like a couple % faster, but I feel like I'm not missing as often. That's the one thing that I feel is different. In fact, maybe I'm never missing. But an hour and a half per level is actually, that's exactly what I would have gotten in Classic. So I don't know what's actually different. If people are maintaining that something's different, you'll have to furnish side-by-side comparison with private servers because an hour and a half level at this point is exactly what I would expect. In fact, on private servers, I was actually able to get hour levels at this point. So this is actually slow compared to that in some ways. But of course, glad you're back home. I am very happy to be back home, honestly. I really enjoyed being in Cali swag, but happy to be home, definitely. I'm pretty sure it's just a global increase in player skill. And maybe, but there's not a lot of skill involved in what I'm doing, and I'm still seeing varying results. Are you on Twitch right now? No, no more Twitch. We used to stream on both, but it wasn't something that was ever going to work out. Blizzard already said it's true vanilla, so I'm severely doubting any naysayers. Yeah, I mean, the fact that they're literally using a database from 2006 is pretty much enough to just... I mean, it's basically better than a private server at that point, right? You're probably maxed weapon skills hours ago. It's true, but I would have maxed weapon skills on... Like, that's not a problem either, you know what I mean? That wouldn't... At this point, in where I'm at in Classic, this wouldn't have happened either, so... We'd be streaming Mythic Plus later. Yeah, I'll be streaming tomorrow, yeah. I'm going to get out of here soon, as soon as I get to 18. I was going to try to go to 19, but there's no reason to keep leveling it. It's fun, and I will enjoy Classic a lot, but right now there's not really much of a point to it. So it was good to just catch up and kind of show you guys what's up here. But doesn't Twitch have a policy? Only if you're partnered, yeah. If you're an affiliate or a partner, then they have a policy against it. But when you're not, you can do whatever you want. They're not able to stop you. Yeah, just saying that they might be why you're not missing much. Now, even with maxed proficiency, you should still miss all the time. And there's a miss. Miss, parry, dodge, resist. These things should happen like pretty much like constantly. It's definitely happening, but I feel like it happens more frequently on private servers, so I don't know. I feel like maybe private servers give a little bit more experience per hour and you do a little bit less damage. But other than that, I haven't noticed any difference. The main reason I didn't buy the demo is because it's all the grinding with none of the payoff. Yeah, exactly. It's fun. I enjoyed my time on a couple hours on here, but it's like, if I don't know, to actually have done this at BlizzCon, it's like, why? why would you ever have done that at BlizzCon? Why would you wait in line for an hour or whatever to play this at BlizzCon? It's like, yeah, no thanks. Maybe it has to do with not fighting mobs higher level than you. Nah, yellow's... So I had thought that the yellow designation was all that mattered for experience as well. But that doesn't seem to be the case. It does seem to be the actual level as well. And not just whether it's yellow, green, or red. So I guess I was wrong about that. So maybe that's also part of the situation with grinding. With like auto attacks. But I will tell you this. I never fight mobs that are higher level than me when I'm grinding on private servers. And I definitely miss all the time. Even mobs that are your own level, like, you miss all the time. So, I don't know. I'm not sure which one's wrong, but it does feel a little different. But again, I don't have any, like, actual factual evidence to back that up. So. I don't know why, like, why are they farming elites? I don't really understand. What's the point? Do you know how long this demo? Yeah, it goes on till the 8th, I believe. So that's 2 more days. Yeah, you know, it would be cool, like, if there was some reason to do it, it would be cool to level a couple characters to 19. But there's no reason to do it. It's just the characters are going to get deleted anyway. What is the goal of this demo? I was just thinking that myself, actually. I'm not really sure. When I said that out loud, I'm like, yeah, why is this demo even a thing? But now I think about it, I think the goal is to just give people something to be happy about, you know? To show, I think everything about Classic was just to show people that they're committed to making Classic Classic. I think that's the purpose of it. Just like a little tease, sort of, but I think there is a purpose, and I do think that purpose is what I described. I think it's to make people understand that they are actually committed to making this project the best it can be. Just to get a cocaine fix? Maybe, yeah. I wonder how that announcement changes people who are playing on private servers right now, though. Imagine if you were, like, seriously playing on private servers, and now it's, like, announced for summer 2019. That's insane, right? That's, like, I feel like that's way ahead of schedule. Oh, yeah, the green. I feel like that's way ahead of schedule, right? The amount of nostalgic nerdgasms I've seen on my Discord already? Well, from Classic. Gotcha. You get ported back to the Hearthstone set. Can't leave Westfall? Oh, yeah, that's true. Can you move out of Westfall? No, yeah. That's actually a good idea. Let's test that. That would actually be a really valuable way to, like, get some value out of the time spent here. Just get a free Hearth. Summer 2019 is what I predicted. Gotcha. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad time. That'll be about a year into BFA as well. So that's really, I guess, the best time that could possibly come out. Red Ridge for the win, rather the deterrence of a subcost. Oh, do you think this will end a lot of private servers, or will the subcost keep them alive? Oh, wow, that was quick. It wasn't even like a fucking second in between there. I don't think there is going to be private servers anymore. Now that they have... I said this a while ago, and some fucking wannabe lawyer corrected me, quote-unquote corrected me. But I do think that now that this is going to be on the market, that private servers will not be able to hide behind whatever legal gray area they've been hiding the whole time. I expect there to be no more private servers after this goes live, one way or the other. Even if people still want to play them, I think they will just be constantly being shut down by Blizzard. Maybe we'll go for a little bit longer just because I don't really... I want to eat, but I'm not starving yet, so we'll wait. We'll go for like another half hour. What state you from? I'm from Pennsylvania. Maybe my Wrath server will stay up, LeMayo? Well, yeah, non-classic servers I'd imagine might still be able to get by, but... Oh yeah, any TBC Plus servers will stay? Hopefully. I don't know. I don't know if they actually have plans, so... Nice, I'm moving to Pittsburgh soon. Gotcha, yeah, I'm on the other side of the state. Northeast Pennsylvania for me. Go fight a Dust Devil? I killed a bunch of them already. The one thing that's really noticeable though is that we This is a really good... I feel like 10 DPS is way higher than we should have at this level. I don't know. One of the main things I wanted to test today was to compare things directly to private servers. And even though I played it a bunch, I don't feel like I've learned much. I'm not exactly sure what is right and what is wrong. But looking at these numbers, this does not feel right. 48 strength at level 18. That just doesn't... I can't imagine that's the right number. But I don't have any low-level characters on private servers to compare it to. I don't know. Anyway, what's number 6 on your bars? Judgment of Righteousness. Your main DPS ability as a prop pally. Your main ability as a paladin in general. You don't really have any... You don't actually have damaging spells. You just have judgments and auto attacks. So... You don't have like a Crusader Strike type ability. That comes in TBC, so you just have to use the different judgments. Kill an elite? I guess I could, but there's no point to it really. Could try, more likely. I probably wouldn't succeed one or the other. You get exorcism versus undead? Yeah, that's kind of cool. So that kind of stuff I quite like. I'm secretly hoping for Blizzard to just progress these classic servers past all the expansions. That'd be cool. I'd be fine with that. But I don't think they will. As long as the one thing, I'm going to tell you guys right now. The one thing that will prevent me from playing on here is if they ever make a new server with a different timeline. That'll be the #1 thing, because what happens on private servers right now all the time is called fresh server. People want to start over randomly for no fucking reason. Seemingly no reason whatsoever. Like, they want to start over every 6 months, basically. Every 6 months, it seems like people are trying to launch a new server. And it's like, I'm not going to do that. That is so un-Blizz-like, quote-unquote, for these servers to call themselves Blizz-like. That is so un-Blizz-like. It's unbelievable. That is not how Blizzard Games has ever operated. They've never had servers running different timelines. And I worry that they might try to do that here. And if they do, I will quit. I will not play. I'm not going to level 5 tunes on a realm and then be on a dead realm. I'm not going to do it. If at any point I'm on a dead realm with multiple 60s, then I'm just done. I'm done playing Classic. I'm not going to keep leveling characters every 6 months. There's no way. That's the main thing that turns me off about private servers, and the main thing I love about live. I've been playing the same character for, I mean, a decade. You know what I mean? The Paladin that I'm playing now, I made when the TBC pre-patch came out. So it's like, or whatever, you know, whenever I could make a Blood Elf, you know? So it's like, that's a character that I've had for most of my life, you know? I'm not going to just fucking abandon it because people want to start over. I don't like that at all, so. What's up with the camera? Yeah, this is action camera, yeah. I wouldn't be afraid of that, to be honest. Blizzard is scared shitless of splitting their player base, which is why they didn't do Classic until it became too profitable to ignore. I don't know if they are, man. I don't know. I'm not sure where you're getting that from. I have a feeling that they'll probably end up succumbing to the pressure. Like, the only option for, say, like 2 years from now, or 2 years from launch more so, the only options would be to do a fresh server or make new content, right? So, to do nothing, it does seem like it is a possibility, but I would be surprised if it happened. Is Warrior the worst to level? I would say so, yeah. Paladin, I would say, is pretty, I don't know. Paladin is up and down because you can do some insane things with Paladin leveling, but it does require a lot of money. You have to get shield spikes and good weapons. But yeah, I'd say Warrior without question takes the cake. Were there mouse over macros for healing in vanilla? There was something better, which is something they actually talked about at the Classic panel that they will not be allowing. Well, obviously they aren't allowing because they're using 735. But anyway, there was basically an add-on that could basically calculate like differentials between spells and coefficients and, you know, that kind of stuff. So you can basically macro your entire rotation and it would do it efficiently as well, not just do it. And that's something that got broken in TBC, but in Classic it's overpowered as shit. I would say Rogue is on the low end as well, maybe even second worst. Basically anybody that relies entirely on melee and has no healing is gonna struggle. But you know, Rogue has they have a lot of escapes, so it's not nearly as bad as Warrior. But you know, the top, I actually have a leveling tier list on Ace Games TV if you want to hear my detailed opinions on that. But Decursive, yeah, Decursive was different as well in Classic. It was like a list. It was like the shit populated, and you just clicked through the list, and it just dispelled based on the priority. So that was obviously a lot different as well. What is that camera? It's called action camera. Nerf Rogue? No. Yeah, Warrior gets like incredibly good at level like 40 and higher. As Warrior, you just need to put your thinking cap on, pull smart, and pray your deity of choice that won't spawn him on. Yeah, actually the spirit tip is actually probably the best tip I can give. If you're struggling to level at any point in Classic, get as much spirit as possible. That's what I do whenever I level new characters. I buy all kinds of green spirit gear, and they're usually like really low on the auction house. They're really cheap because a lot of people don't think spirit is very valuable in Classic, but it saves a lot of, like, especially if you're purely grinding, it saves a lot of time. A lot of time. It's like, you know, all this downtime, you be getting more and more mana back, you know, while we're running from mob to mob, you're just regenning a ton for free. Camera not Blizz-like? Nerdgasm. JK, it's in the game. Action cam is in the client, boys. I don't know if they're going to allow it in actual Classic, but because of their new tech, you probably won't be able to exploit frontal. Yeah, hopefully not. That's a bug, and that should never have been allowed in the first place. You could just spam the decursive button, and it would cleanse anyone that had something cleansable. Yep, I'm aware. Sometimes I keep the spirit set in the bags and put it on when I think the time is right. Nice. Full spirit cloth warrior? Not cloth. No, there's spirit on all gear in Classic. You can get mail with spirit on it. In fact, there's quite a lot of it. A lot of the blacksmithing gear you make has spirit on it. Originally, I think they wanted spirit to be a tanking stat as well. Like, it does give health per 5, but the in-combat coefficient of it is just so low. It's, like, honestly terrible. But if they buffed spirit in Classic, it would actually be really fun. You would do, like, a ton of self-healing. I'd be interested to see, like, an HPS meter with it. Get that gorilla gear. Yeah, exactly. It'd be very interesting to actually see. But wasn't a bug. Was just the game not updating your position often enough. I guess I'll take your word for it. I mean, whether or not it was a bug, it was definitely exploitative. And it should not be allowed. Strength plus spirit. Yeah, that's gorilla, yep. Did you try the command? No, but I saw it at the show floor. People were showing me. You kind of just cuddle up to the mob and strafe left and right, hoping you desync your movement and enemy, and you get your hitbox banned then before the game updated your position. Nice. Actually, I run into some other people grinding now. Oh, I don't have target on. How do you turn that on? Combat? There it is. Oh, what the hell is this? I never even realized this was a thing. What the fuck? Is this in the live game? I didn't even realize this was in the game. That's interesting. Huh. I did not know that was even in the game, honestly. I've used add-ons for so long that I didn't know stuff like that was in the game. Yeah, Metro, how do you feel about including new spell flex and WoD character models as a toggleable option in Classic? Yeah, I'm fine with it. Anything that does have no impact on gameplay, I'm 100% fine with. What's your opinion at using the new engine instead of the actual Classic engine? Yeah, I mean, regardless of what my opinion is, the way they explain it in Blizzcon is the way it's the most logical way, for sure. I probably would have preferred if they built it from the ground up from the old engine instead of backwards, but it's definitely easier. Like, this is definitely the right way, 100%. They did a great job of explaining why as well. There was some fucking idiots behind us that were like, they shouldn't have did this. They should have started with the old shit to make sure and all this. But they were right. All the problems that you would have with using the new client are visual problems. Problems that can be fixed very easily. But all the problems you'd have with the old client are problems that you wouldn't even know about until you had like 1 million people using it. So, where does your name come from? It's actually from a pun on an original character that I had played. I had used one of my friend's accounts when he quit. And his paladin was named Metrosexuelf as a Blood Elf Paladin when that was first added in TBC. My original account only had Alliance characters, and I wanted to play with some guys I met in college, so I was like, ah, fuck, they play Horde, so I'm gonna have to level Horde. So I made the character that I have now as my old main, my Paladin, and I made that character and got to like level 20, and I was like, yo, I don't know, I'm not sure I'm gonna actually be able to do this. This just takes way too long. And they were like, oh, well, don't worry. One of our friends quit. He plays a Paladin. He's done. We'll just give you his account, or basically something like that. So, good night, friends. Got to get up early. Sweet. See you, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. I was glad to see you on the stream, man. It's been a while since we've talked. Also, did you get your what did you get your degree in? I have a bachelor's of science in biology with a minor in chemistry, and a master's degree in biotechnology. And I work as a dental assistant and do YouTube part-time, so just tell you everything you need to know about the value of college. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, I'm probably gonna get out of here soon, so if anybody has any other questions or anything else you guys want to do before I go, let me know. Hang out for a couple more minutes and I'm going to get going. I'll be back live tomorrow. Tuesday and Wednesday I'll be streaming back on live. This will be it. This is the last time I'll stream Classic until, maybe I guess until a beta comes out. But again, I don't know what I would do on a beta unless their character copy or character progress is somehow going to transfer over to live. I'm really not about, I just don't like leveling characters over and over again like a lot of people seem to want to do on private servers. I like Classic, but I like the end game a lot more than I like the just the grind of leveling. So definitely want to level characters when the real game comes out, but definitely do not want to level them when the game is not out currently. So we'll see what happens. The best part is STV. Yeah, I never go to STV. What if they do like a 4-month beta? They might, but it's just like, what's the point in playing on it? I don't really know. Hey, Niall, what's up, buddy? Glad you're back. Yeah, I'm really happy to be back. Definitely happy to be back. Hope everything was good for you while I was gone. You feel like WoW is a game for intelligent people? I feel like WoW has a lot of ways that you can, you know, you can put a lot of dedication and mental aptitude into it, but I also feel like it's a great game for people who just want to chill out and turn their brain off. Especially Classic. Classic is the best for it. There's so few like spell interactions and things to think about. You know what I mean? It's like just auto attack. Hands off the keyboard, you know? Just auto attack. It's the most DPS you'll ever do as a paladin anyway, so it's like, I don't know. It's really nice to just kind of turn your brain off once in a while. Another axe. This one has spirit on it. There it is, of the whale. Apparently stam and spirit. That's pretty good. Alright, I think that's it then. I'm gonna run back in to the end just in case somehow we get to play these characters again in the future. Get some rested experience, I guess, but for now that's it with Classic. It was a nice little foray. Couple hours of it. You know, it's fun. I enjoy Classic. I know I'm gonna play it a lot. Like I said, I'm definitely gonna be making a guild on an Alliance PvE server. So if anybody wants to play on US Alliance PvE servers, you'll have a guild. We'll try to do some light raiding, but the focus for the first few months at least, we'll just be hanging out, leveling, and doing all that. But what else? Also looking for more people for the actual live WoW guild. If anybody's looking to raid, yeah, if anybody's actually looking to raid on Horde side, US realms, 2 nights a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, 7 to 11 Eastern, we will be looking to recruit pretty much anything. We definitely, yeah, range DPS as well, but we also really need a demon hunter. If anybody plays or knows a demon hunter that's interested, let me know. But at this point, we just need more people. I don't even really care. Even if they're all melee, we just need to have 20 consistently, and it's been difficult to do that, so need to get in as many as possible. But yeah, so let me know. Talk to me in Discord. We can talk. But otherwise, pretty much wide open recruitment. Anybody who wants to come along. What do you need a demon hunter for? Because we currently don't have one, so we don't have the buff in the raid. The 5% spell damage buff. I'm a demon hunter. Oh yeah. Chupa. Unfortunately, you've come at literally the worst time. I was just about to turn the stream off. But Havoc demon hunter. Yeah. Too bad you're US. Yeah, it's a problem. But yeah, so if anybody plays the Havoc demon hunter and they're looking for 2 night a week raiding guild on Horde US realms, and they're at a point where they could do mythic raids, currently 3 of 8. You know, and they're looking for kind of like more of like a family atmosphere than just a raiding team. Let me know. We could talk in Discord. Message me. Never a bad time with you. I'm about to end the stream. That's the only thing. Highly interested? Sweet, man. Do you have the Discord info? Just message me in Discord. I'll talk to you tonight. I'm going to go for a little bit. Actually, maybe we can just do it right now if you have time. Get it out of the way. Are you available right now? Thanks for the stream. Sweet, man. Recursion. Have a good one. We'll be tomorrow. Yeah, I'm in. Sweet. Just let me know who you are in there. Good night, dude. Sarah Seal. Thanks. We'll be back tomorrow, guys. Gonna be back Tuesday and Wednesday with some live streams. So there you are. All right, sweet. I'll call you right now or whatever. See you there. Otherwise, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow.